Hello, YouTube Skijamas and the rest of the people here playing MLP Rim again. Alright, so today Troy is not with us right off the bat. He may be joining us later. We're probably going to take an intermission at some point to see if we can get him in. But for now, we are just going to be starting this. So,
Screw you, Troy.
Indeed. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and start the rulebook. We're going to be needing that.
Indeed, most likely. Oh, I should probably grab it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Already have mine now.
Alright.
No, I have mine now.
Okay. Alright, so let's begin.
Indeed.
And we'll begin with Caleb.
Why me?
Because this particular plot arc revolves around you, so shut up.
Either that or everyone hears the racism and hate Griffins. So.
Shut up!
Hey,
We're all different races.
Hey, I'm starting with you, Griffin. Let me tell
You're a
you.
human. You're a human, you don't count.
Alright, so it has. You are all still in Philadelphia. It has been roughly a week since the Finoraak incident. The doctor had begun reparations, being repaired.
Yeah.
And the number of ponies in the town were injured, but none were killed, luckily. A number of boats were taken out of commission due to the immense damage they took, but in the long run, everything is still pretty much functioning. There's still a lot of unsettled, everyone's still a little unsettled over the whole incident. Because, it has been identified that Finoraak was, in fact, the oldest sea serpent alive on record. And now he's dead, so yeah.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Quotation marks.
Shifty eyes. Alright, so. Now, with Caleb's character, Hemlock, for the past 3 days, you have been suffering from headaches that have been getting progressively worse and worse.
Great.
At this point, they are practically migraines. They come and go as they please, but every time they come, you practically get blinded by the pain they cause you.
Do that on the Griffin.
Well, it's going to strong. Maybe strong, but their strength only goes so far. And we forgot to roll for luck.
And I also need a pencil or something.
I've got one in my backpack right here.
Is that?
Yes, it is!
Make sure I give back every dice you take. I need to dispose of this one.
Where's
my
dice
dice bag?
That one.
Where's my dice bag?
I think I was
Okay. Where's my dice bag?
Uh,
Black bags. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright.
I still need my pencil.
Now I've got a pencil here, so we can just pass this around.
I love mystery white tablets.
Alright, so at present, what are you doing at present? I'm trying to think. Where are you? You know what? Where are you? Tell me that. Where are you? As a group, decide where you are at in Philadelphia. And what are you doing?
Okay, so it's a week after the whole destruction. We...
I have to say... Blacksmith!
Okay, you're at the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing at the blacksmith?
Learning.
Learning.
And we're in two different separations. I'm like at the local library looking up spells.
Okay. Good for you. Alright. But not really.
Yeah, wrong library.
Wrong library. Ponyville for that. Alright. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and draw in a green star indicating that we have started the adventure.
Why is it only good rolls when I want? Like, every time I roll a good roll, I want to count.
Now then, so.
Eggnog.
Okay. Okay, now then. Moving right along, so. There are distractions all around me. It's raining.
No, really? I mean, I know it's Port Angeles, Washington. I thought it was supposed to be sunny all the time.
Well, anyways, but seriously,
mystery white tablet.
no, thank you. But seriously though, it is actually raining in Philadelphia right now. Alright, so.
White mystery tablet. Anybody?
What is it? Identify it and I'll consider it.
Just hopefully it's not a goofy.
Oh, that's Mickey. Alright. What happened?
Just remember party mob.
Oh, God.
You made a horrible mistake.
I'm very glad now that I have never seen any of the 20 mod videos.
We
Do not tell me. Do not
10
tell
for
me.
a hooky, 20 for a blowy, and 25 for cameraman's gonna watch.
That's what Facebook said.
It is.
Okay, let's move on.
Alright, so the blacksmith who is showing you some tricks that are up his sleeve on how to do the job effectively. His name is, let's just call it
Silversmith?
Melted Silver.
Warren Sparks.
No, his name is Melted Silver.
Yes, Warren Sparks sounds much better.
But I don't even know what you just said. Melted Sparks. So Melted Sparks, the Philadelphia blacksmith, is showing you the ins and outs of some stuff that you do not know yet. What you have the blacksmithing skill, right?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll 2d6, please. Add your body and blacksmithing skill onto your roll.
Body, blacksmithing, and roll.
What'd you get?
9.
Wow!
I always when it doesn't fucking count.
Did you roll doubles by any chance? Did you roll doubles? Like
I got a 3 on the dice.
Oh, okay. 1 and 2. Alright. Well, whatever the case. So.
I hate you.
So
I
you
rolled a double 5.
Oh, yeah. So it's quite clear that you made a blunder, you missed a step or something, as the final result of the current piece you're working, which is something, I don't really know what, just some device. The reason why you don't know what it is because when you pull it out of the thing, it's unidentifiable. You ruined the fuck out of it. Melted Silver approaches, shaking his head. No, you missed a step. Here, before he can finish, enemy dice, please. Alright, okay, never mind. Keep it.
Good.
Oh, 3 4s. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, take 12 willpower damage.
Wait, what?
12 willpower damage. Oh, splitting headache just split through your skull again. Incredibly massive.
Willpower damage?
Yeah. And
Piece of fuck.
now, please bear in mind, not only does the headache rip through you, but you also hear something whispering in your head along at the same time. But before you can identify what it's saying, it's gone. Alright. So after a few moments, you realize that you've been writhing on the ground trying to sustain a scream from escaping your mouth. And Melted Silver has probably gone and fetched the nearest individual to go for a doctor, given the fact he's no longer present. So, what do you wish to do at this point?
He's kind of incapacitated, so I really don't know what to do.
Well, he didn't run entirely out of willpower, did he?
No.
No, he's not
Still
going
have 18 left.
Okay, yeah, you're not sidelined.
Kill me.
I'm not going to. Yeah. It probably won't be this episode.
I wish this was video. I wish this was video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Oh, that reminds me.
Boy. Why are you pulling out your 3DS?
Ah. Oh, and from what I could tell from the video last time, my audio was better than yours.
Congratulations, if we can get that to record for upwards of 4 or more hours, we'll be good.
Yeah.
10 minutes ain't gonna cut it, my friend.
I mean, like, maybe,
Still.
like, just for, like, sake of argument, you can, like, add that to the video, like, if you somehow manage to get the video file and put that in there.
Yeah, that'll be
At
interesting.
that exact moment.
It would be cool, but you know.
Nothing else screen I can't look at.
Not right now.
Alright.
Alright, well, whatever the case, so,
I'm unsure what to do.
just sit back down.
I think I'll just sit and wait for him to come back.
Well, whatever the case is,
I think I can do.
the headache is still there, though it has subsided greatly after several minutes. It's still pretty painful, though. After several minutes, you see Melted Silver returning at a gallop with a mare of white coat and, let's just go ahead and say, mint green mane following behind him.
Green hair.
Green
so
hair.
last season.
Alright, so
Yay.
and that's why we're playing this game after all. I looked it back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now then.
Why there? This is also parties.
Yeah, pretty much. Now then, so before you really get a chance to process what is happening, you're being carted away, well not really carted, but led away from where you're currently at by the mayor in question, who is leading you to a location that you don't really know where it is. Alright?
What if I ask where we are going now?
She tells you, we are taking you to the nearest hospital. Something must be wrong with you if your headache was that bad. Alright.
Maybe I was hearing voices in my head. I know what they were saying.
Alright. Okay. So, as you're being taken to said hospital, one of the, or the mayor asks you, do you know anyone in town that they should contact?
Nope, no, I can remember it. Jackass. Dick. Oh wait, there is one. I remember something.
You're not singing you're not seeing any of the lyrics. That's from the song.
Sapphire Night. There we
Yeah,
go.
Sapphire Night. It's my name. It's spelled wrong, but I don't give a shit.
Alrighty then. Alright. So with that having happened, so the next thing that happens is we're going to go to Jack a few minutes later. You are reading a book that happens to detail this magical stuff. I'm not really going to get into details. When you happen to hear some voices down at the front desk, and you happen to hear your name mentioned.
I lower my book from my face, cork an eyebrow, and then I trot down to where the front desk is and say to the individual at the reception, did someone call my name?
Well, as you're approaching the front desk, you see that there is a mare there, not the same mare that had him. This one has a, what's a good guy? Let's say tan mane and dark brown coat. Well, excuse me. So, I'm trying to improvise here. So, as you're approaching, the stand behind the counter directs his hoof to you. I'm sorry. At which point, the man in question proceeds to trot up. You're Sapphire Knight?
Yes, I am.
I do believe a friend of yours is currently at the hospital. Do you know one Hemlock?
I raise my hoof to my face. Oh yes, that individual. Yes, what has he gotten himself into this time?
Well, it appears as though he is suffering from severe headaches, the likes of which I've never seen. It caused him to collapse at the blacksmith.
Interesting. Does he require my presence, or...
Well, most notably, he just mentioned your name as anyone who might want to be notified.
Very well. I shall follow you and see how he's doing.
Alright, so at this point you have been put into the hospital at this point, and the doctor is giving you an examination. I'm just going to call him, Doc for now, I guess.
Nurse Greenheart. It was a fan fiction I was reading, and there was a whole red heart down there.
Nice. Okay, now then,
It's all doctors and nurses.
alright, well,
Your story. Essentially, except for both names.
now then. Alright, so Jack, you arrive at the hospital a little while later and are shown to where Hemlock is staying. As you're entering, you see that the doctor's exiting with a clipboard filled with some notes.
I woke up to the doctor. So, how's Hemlock doing? Anything out of the ordinary?
Well, aside from the fact that he had the worst splitting headache I've ever seen, all of my scans on him using magic or anything else seems to just bounce off. I can't tell what's wrong. It's unusual. It's almost like as if his psyche's rebelling against something.
Interesting. Is he currently conscious at this moment?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I shall go in and see to him that he's doing well.
Shut it up.
So, how are you doing?
Feeling like a kick in the head.
Well, according to the doctor, that's not far from what might have happened. So, anything strange has happened to you in the recent past times? Any terrible nightmares or any bad dreams or anything like that happen to you?
Nope. I don't dream except for good stuff, and you don't want to hear about that much yourself or
Okay.
Other than that, well, they might hit my head on a rock recently. That's never really done anything before, so I shouldn't care.
I felt like I need to hit my rock on the head a few times after talking to you. I mumble underneath my breath.
I heard that.
Okay, so...
So at this point, I'm just going to need to chat for a little while, and a few minutes later, the doctor returns looking puzzled over his notes. I just don't get it. I can't pin down what the source might be. Everything I tried just doesn't show any results that might indicate anything being wrong.
Some powerful magic work.
It's quite possible, but I'm no specialist in that matter. I deal with things that are on a somewhat more, I suppose one could say, natural level. I'm not good at that sort of detection magic.
Magic was natural.
It's natural, but it's a different sort of natural.
That's what you get over natural.
Natural is defined by something that is typically found in nature, and typically in nature, in this universe, it's typically found.
Okay.
Oh, well, magic is natural, though.
Oh, yeah,
It's just it's a while ago it was tamed and bound.
Yeah.
No, it's not a more rabid animal or in the wild, pretty much.
Yeah, so he probably proceeds to smile somewhat and says, but I do know of some pony who might be able to help you. Better than I can, at least.
I want to keep that roll. For the next roll, I want to keep that.
I will permit this.
Yes! No, I must not touch the dice until then.
Just to make sure to remind me.
Yes.
Alright. So, the doctor proceeds to look to you and says, are you by any chance familiar with A1 Fluttershy?
I've heard that name.
I was talking to
Oh.
I've never met the person directly, but
Pony.
I would like to. A griffin. I say person.
Whatever.
Yeah. But he's the out-of-state being.
Okay. That's one thing both got ready.
As I was saying, I am familiar with the pony's name, and I would like to meet them, but I have yet to have the pleasure of their company.
You know, goes, well, in this case, it might be on somewhat dire circumstances. I'm going to be sending you to her if you'll permit that.
Yes.
It's a long distance away, and she might be able to help you better than I can. Well, I'll take that as yes. Alright.
I was going to mention that I've heard of her name just simply because she was talked around the Winter Guard as one of the elements of harmony.
Yeah, it's very famous.
Yeah, very famous.
Alright, well, okay. Give me a second, I need to draw another star and another green line so that I can keep track of where we are in the story.
Question is, how the fuck are we going to get to Ponyville all the way from Philadelphia? And where the hell is Philadelphia and the whole map?
Train.
Oh, try them. It's going to be a long...
Let's see.
Well, I've never actually seen a map of Equestria.
I've got one right here, man.
It's going to be
I'm not going to look, but if you could bring up the map.
southwestern, more west direction. So
Let's see. Cloudsdale.
Ponyville's right there, Philadelphia's right there.
Oh, gee, that's
okay,
a long
west southwest is the direction. Is that correct?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the map. It's right there, so we probably have to take a train all the way there, and then we'll...
Pretty much.
Yep.
West, slightly southwest-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alright, nice.
That's it.
Yay.
Okay. Let's picture. Alright. Okay. Well, pretty soon you are arranged for a train to take you there. Given the nature of the trip, you won't have to pay anything to go. I'm also going to go ahead and say that Troy's character, Tatsuume, you are aware that she has been alerted to the situation and will be brought along on the next train. But they weren't able to find her in time for this train.
Well, sucks to hear that.
Yeah. Alright, so time begins to pass as you are traveling. Over time, you're go ahead and restore your willpower to max.
Good.
We did.
I was talking to him.
Oh.
No. Anyways, okay.
Go for it. If you want that. I'm assuming
Okay. Now at this point,
Nothing better for an American but salt and fat.
indeed.
And then include as much grease as you can. So the stir goes.
Alright, now they're opening a bag of chips.
I'm trying to make it less sound so I can't.
You're doing great.
Oh, I was so hoping I'd see it go. It's
Okay.
happened to me twice when I got impatient. I like.
Alright. So, alright, let me see here. So, Caleb, as the train is going along, more headaches continue to strike you. They're not as severe as the last one you had, but the whispers are still there, coming and going with every spasm of the headache.
I want to figure out what the fuck these shit's saying.
You can't tell. It sounds almost like it's in another language.
Oh, that makes sense.
So whatever language it's in, you cannot tell which.
I love magic.
Be that as it may, you just are not sure which language it is. It sounds familiar, but you just can't place your tongue on it. Alright. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say that after a roughly 3-4 day trip, the train finally comes to a stop in Ponyville. So, the first thing that happens is
Is there a dark magic skill in this game?
there's dark magic spells. Why?
Good.
Although you can't use it.
For now, hopefully.
Well. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, now then. So, you step off the train and gaze out across the town. It's not quite what you imagined it to be, Caleb. Knowing you, Jack, your character's probably been here before, at least once. But for you, Caleb, you're expecting a bit more, I don't know, maybe grandiose. In fact, that the town houses all 6 of the elements of harmony.
Honestly, Ponyville. It's a village.
Yeah.
It's going to be small
Yeah, I don't know.
and not grand. There's somewhere like Canterlot, and yes, I expect it to be grand there as well. It is.
You've never been here before, so you didn't know what the fuck you're gonna expect.
Yeah. It is not native.
Yeah, think about this, my backstory. I've studied plenty of plenty of Equestria.
Okay, cool. So as you step off the train, the first thought that strikes you is you have no idea where the fuck you're going.
Oh, well, you're in charge because this is focused around you. So I'm just
You bastard!
Hey.
You can still be helpful.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought since this was mainly centered around him,
The plot story revolves around him, but you can still be helpful.
Piece of fuck.
I say, I think we should ask one of the locals, see if there's any, if they, well, I have a basic idea of where almost everything is, but I'm really not specific on things, so I'm a bit hazy. It's been years since I've been here, so.
First things first, I would like to go to the town square and try to figure out where the fuck we are. And I hope we find out.
Alright, well, taking off for the town square, you get the occasional odd glance from the passing pony as you're going through. Some look a bit, shall we say, apprehensive.
But you know, this is a small village.
You know, not to mention,
That incident
you
with
generally never see a black woman.
that and that whole incident with Gilda, so that's kind of why I did that.
Yeah.
Alright, now then. Eventually, after a couple of wrong turns, you do manage to reach the town square. Upon arrival, you see the town hall. It looks like it's in pretty damn fine condition. In fact, some parts of it look new.
I wonder why.
Alright. Yeah, so, and there's plenty of ponies going to and fro along the main square to get to the various streets that lead off into the rest of the town. What do you wish to do?
Find the local male pony.
You ask.
Because I would like to send a message across the sea.
Or you just want to have a scene with Derpy in it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Or
Alright, well, roll an observation check then.
Oh, right. Yes. I get to keep this roll.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. 5 and a 4. Oh, listing. Which are the 3 main things this will include?
It'll include, I believe, I think it's either mind or heart. Let's go with mind. Makes more sense.
That means that is 16.
Okay. Alright, that works. So, you really didn't need a whole lot to see this, but you probably would have missed it if you hadn't been looking for an individual in question, because you see a little gray Pegasus flopping by, grab a accidentally bump into a sign that is hanging from a shop. Well, you're a little ways away, so.
Oh my god.
She probably just to fall flat on her ass and just sort of sits there dazed for a second.
Oh my god, you okay?
I'm fine, she mutters. I cannot do a good derpy voice.
I just don't know what went wrong.
You're better at it than I am, but you're not the GM, so you don't get the voice.
Let's see, if I were to practice for like a minute or two, I'd probably get spot on.
Cool.
I
Oh,
don't want to right now because I was recording.
so, she looks up and goes, "Who are you?"
Badass. Name is Hemlock.
Hi, I'm Derpy. She looks dazed out of her mind. It looked like a really hard impact when she struck that sign.
If I might butt in, do you happen to know what Fluttershy's cottage is?
She immediately seems to be undazed, though her eyes are still pointing in different directions, and flutters up into the air. "Oh yes, I know exactly where that is."
Do you mind telling us? What?
I know you! I've heard of you on, Ditsy Doo. Or wait, no. Ditsy, yes. You're Ditsy Doo.
She raises an eyebrow and goes,
That's her name.
"One of her names."
No, like her official name.
I've heard.
Derpy is a nickname.
No. She goes, "Follow me if you want to go to Fluttershy's," and then she starts meandering off to zigzagging sort of as she goes down one of the streets.
And I will happily follow them.
I will follow her, but I have foreshadowing telling me that she's going to get us lost or something.
I'm fine with that.
Well, several minutes later, and past the outskirts of town, along with a few wrong turns,
Obviously.
you see a small cottage past a very tiny river sitting up, and it looks almost like it's a small tree. Though it's not the library you passed on the way here. And you know it was the library because it had the sign "library" in front of it. Anyways. Yeah, so outside there are all sorts of animals dancing back and forth, and after you make your approach, they all suddenly stop, hesitate, and glance down at you, eyeing you with
What are these things? Squirrels, birds, what?
various animals, the squirrels and birds and rabbits and stuff.
Staring down at me when I'm probably taller than most of them will ever be. I'm in the trees. Screw the trees.
Yeah, they're just looking at you with sort of an apprehensive, nervous look, like, "What the fuck is that?"
Well, I kind of know the fuck.
Anyways, you're gonna hate me. You already do. Alright, so yeah, I just rolled an 11, so yeah, another piercing headache splits your skull as you're approaching the cottage. Take 11 willpower damage, please. The whispers come louder than before, but you still can't understand what they're saying. In fact, for a moment, your mind blanks out as all you can perceive are those whispers. You also see, for some reason, seem to perceive what looks almost like two glowing yellow eyes staring at you for a second before they fade out, and you return to reality. Well, and to you, Jack, all that really happens also in Hemlock halts, grasps his head with both talons, and starts shrieking in painful
Both talons? There's 8 of them.
Okay, fine. Both hands, before falling to the ground screaming in agony. Whatever.
Is everything alright? I raise an eyebrow and hesitantly take one trot back.
Anyway, so almost immediately afterwards, the door to the cottage slams open and the yellow Pegasus with a pink mane flutters out. And she suddenly hesitates and looks mortified. Like, oh dear, what's wrong? And she immediately flutters down to your side, though you don't see this yet. Picks you up and then immediately and flutters back into her cottage. You seem to go unnoticed.
Oh, burn myself.
Nice. Oh shit.
Wait, she picked me up.
Yes.
I've lost all confidence in myself for a minute. Yeah, I was playing. One of the guys in that, and the guys asking are all lumberjacks, women and children these days. Because there was a little girl named Priscilla, and there is extremely dense wood that burns extremely hot in the game, and she's the only one that can lift it.
Oh, interesting.
As in legitimate lift.
Cool. Anyways, now then. So I assume you're following after them?
Yeah, following.
Alright. Well, several minutes later, and a few brief questions from Fluttershy to you, you have been able to identify this is in fact Fluttershy. Alright, several minutes later, you come to, in time to this, and you feel this damp cloth on your head, and it also seems to have some sort of sob in it.
Fucking cats.
What?
After you're spawning my fucking shirt to wipe my eyes. I hate cats. This thing was clean this morning. Now look at it.
Yoda. I can't see anything from here even with my glasses.
No hair all over.
Oh, so there is.
Oh, now I see it.
Yeah, no.
I fell asleep for 5 minutes, woke up, my cat was on me. And then I find out my shirt looks like this.
Alright. Okay, well, back on topic, so.
Ignore me. Fuck! Clean my chair.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so glancing around for a second, you then proceed to spot Fluttershy getting some medical supplies from the far wall.
Indeed.
Do you wish to say anything, or do you just wish for her to spot you so you can startle the shit out of her?
I'll lay there with my eyes open,
Okay.
staring at the ceiling. So as not to freak the shit out of her. I mean, I was watching her for God knows how long.
Well, anyways, a moment later, she turns around and comes back to your side and spots your eyes and goes, "Oh, you're awake. Are you okay? What happened?"
There's another splitting headache.
Another?
Yeah, I've been having more and more often these days.
She nods quietly and goes, "That must have been what the letter account was about."
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I take it you Hemlock then?
Indeed.
She nods solemnly. "I received a letter indicating that you'd be coming here. Oh dear." She flutters over and gets more medical supplies from a nearby cabinet, and then, growing slightly in frustration, it seems as though she's run out of a certain supply.
I think I hear a fetch quest coming up.
Not really.
For you! I get to speak there and hang out with Fluttershy. That's not what you with Twilight.
Alright. Okay, now then. Next thing that happened. Let's see here. So, Fluttershy flutters around for a few more minutes, applying stuff to your forehead, and also grabs some tools to look in through your ears, and occasionally also peeks in your mouth and down your eye. After several moments, she shifts back and just sort of looks at you for a second as though puzzled. She then probably proceeds to shrug and goes, "I can't tell what's wrong with you. I can't find anything."
Doctor said maybe something magical.
Well, in that case I'd go to see Twilight. She's back from a trip from Camelot. she might be able to help you identify the problem if it is magical.
Well, whatever it is.
Yes, apparently she just got back from an emergency meeting and can't tell her about something. She couldn't tell her that. Here, let me give you some things. She flutters over to another cabinet. She has a shit ton of these in case you didn't notice.
I've seen them inside the house.
Yeah, and probably proceeds to return you with what looks like a small bottle filled with little tablets labeled painkillers. She hands them to you and says, have you been able to identify any symptoms before the headache strike? Any signs?
Nope.
Well, just try and take these as soon as one hits if you can concentrate. It should help diminish the pain.
Yeah, choke on.
Hopefully.
Oh, it's all good.
I give an evil smile in the corner of the room.
I'll stab you. I saw that. I saw that. I'll fucking stab you.
I don't get it. What was soft?
No, I was just like, oh, I hope I don't choke on it. Hope so.
I saw that. I swear to God. I'll kill you.
Whoa, man, your ass. Alright.
You eat your own oysters. Oh wait. Gotcha. Ignore that.
Luckily, that was out of character.
Hmm?
Luckily, that whole change I'm saying was out of character. Shut up, I'm God. So even Celestia bows to me.
Oh god. Yeah, the Celestia is not technically a god. Like, well, they are immortal, they're still,
They're lowercase g's,
yeah, demigods.
so to speak. But anyways,
They are immortal, but they can really still be struck down with mortal wounds.
at least, well, they're ageless anyway.
Yeah.
Not the same as immortal. Anyways, so, alrighty. So,
Before beginning this fight.
okay, anyways, as you're, so eventually after a few more moments of discussing simple stuff related to the headache and a few questions that you can't answer, Fluttershy sends you along with a simple farewell to the library, where you can only assume Twilight will be.
Probably.
Anyways. So let me just check my flow chart here. Alright. Alright, well. Alright, now then, Jack, could you hand me dice, please?
One dice or
Two. Thank you. I need one more.
come on.
Just hand me one. Hold on.
I swear to God, you get the one that's 1, 2, and 3, and I'll kill you.
Don't worry, I put that one back in my dice bag. Alright.
DMC4.
Shut up. Alright. That is 17 willpower damage.
Wait, what?
Oh.
You piece of crap!
As you're heading down the road towards the library, the headache begins to flare up again, and before you really get much of a chance to even take the painkillers, it suddenly spikes through with such a force that you pass out. You're out of willpower, right?
Nope, I have 2 left.
Ha! Well, I'm still saying you're passed out.
If that's that way, you power.
So, Jack, I assume at this point you're just going to pick him up and haul him over.
Yeah,
to the
I'm gonna use my magical telekinesis and haul him up.
Someone get Nurse Red Heart.
Alright. Well, given the fact that a doctor wasn't able to figure out what was wrong with him, Flash, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. I don't know, Red Heart good. Anyways. So Jack is currently taking you to the library for one thing to be out of whatever weather happens to be on the way. I'm gonna say it's gonna be raining again soon. Anyway, so Killer just slipped off the window. Cool. Alright, now that
I was playing off the weather.
that too.
Oh.
Alright, so whatever the case is, and about this point, I'm now going to cut to the inside of your mind.
Great!
Alright, so just consider this sort of like a dream sequence. So, after you pass out, Caleb, you start to wake up, only you realize you're not in Ponyville. Instead, you're in what looks like some sort of temple. one room, and it's very darkly lit. All of the torches are pitch black with their flames.
There's one room.
One room.
The entire thing.
One for the entire thing.
That's a shrine.
Yeah, a shrine. Yes, but all of the torches that light the place, they cast sort of a faint, dark light, are pitch black with the flames that they emit.
Ooh. I already like this place. My mind is awesome.
Anyway, so you can sit up and glance around a bit, and the place is exceedingly dark, and you can just tell it's much darker than it should be. In fact, roll an observation check, please, and you have this one. Right, that's checked. I put that one in here.
I'm not trust God. I'm not one for religion.
What'd you get?
An observation check?
Yes.
Okay, so 13.
Alright, cool. Alright, that's awesome. You only need to be a basic check because it's pretty easy to see, so. You look, as you're looking around, you spot that where you would assume the door to be is shrouded in shadows. Tendrils of darkness sort of stretching out towards you but unable to reach you. Very nice gesture. Anyways, in the other direction, you see that there's sort of like a stained glass window, and it looks almost like a black fire being consumed by a yellow one. As in, like, acidic yellow. Yeah. Anyways. At this point, a voice promptly proceeds to speak out to you. How long do you think you can hide?
What?
Is that in character?
Yeah.
You see what looks almost like a shimmer moving across the way in front of you and then vanishes before it takes any form. How long do you think you can run?
What am I running from?
A hoarse chuckle pierces the air. Do not try to lie to me. You know full well what you are running from.
No, I don't. I fucking have barely any memory. Piss off.
Oh, really? At which point, a rather horrible visage appears in front of you. It looks like a very tall pony, unicorn specifically, except the horn is curved and there's no mouth. Instead, there's just a bunch of tentacles that reach down to about its chest. It's an ash
Gray,
green.
slender mane.
No.
No.
Those would come out of the back, and the color is gray, not super black or anything. It's not wearing any clothes. For another thing, it has a red mane, and it has eyes. They're glowing yellow and have yellow trails coming out of them, and it also has horns coming out of the top of its head. You can.
Alright.
I can fetch you a picture if you want.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, that thing. Kind of looks like with its tentacles like Cthulhu.
Indeed.
My God, you are one ugly bastard.
Was that in character?
Yup.
Alright. Anyways, he chuckles slightly and goes, yes, I get that a lot.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Anyways.
Landed right on my foot.
Alright. Yes. He simply smiles and says, just know you can't run forever. And then at that
Fucking hell, what am I running from, you piece of shit?
anyways, at about this point, the shadows from the back all suddenly expand outward, and before you get a chance to really react, he disappears and the shadows consume you, and then you wake up. And you notice that you're floating in the air in Ponyville once again in his character's magic aura.
Which is green, by the way.
MLP green aura.
First thing what's in my mind? Changeling.
Anyway, so, what is your initial response upon waking up from that little dream?
Depends, can I walk or not?
You're floating in the air, so no. I'm also just going to say for comedic effect that you're upside down, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I was imagining it.
Yeah.
Put me right side up, or so help me Celestia. I will kick your skull in when I get down from here.
Ew. I chuckle under my breath. Well, I don't think this is the first time you're being held against your will by someone else. Oh.
You know nothing of my past life, sir. You can suck a dick. Choke on my knot.
I would, but there's none there, so.
You come up here and find out.
Okay.
Here, let me get my butcher knife. I'll exactly find out if there is or not.
Alright, enough of that. Okay.
Just for comedic effect, I flip him up. I flip him upside down. Alright, I'm gonna put you down, but if you lay a freaking claw on me, I'm gonna freaking cut your head off.
Okay.
Okay, I put him down.
And I proceed to kick him in the face with my back paw. Not a claw, it's a paw.
I fire a magical discharge at him.
Alright.
Right, like right in one of his talons.
Stop it.
Alright, let's stop that anyway. Alright, so after a few moments of irritation on both of your parts to each other, the library comes into view. You see that the door is slightly ajar, and you hear voices on the inside as you approach. You going to either listen to the voices or just walk in, or knock? Which do you wish to do? When you wish to do something totally different? Okay. Nice. So as you knock, the voices suddenly halt, and the door opens up after a moment with a lavender aura encompassing the handle. And just remember, this is post season 3.
It's more lavender.
Yeah, it is.
Twilight's what?
It's
It's
sort
sort of
it's
a-
sort of like a mulberry.
It's sort of mulberry color, okay. Whatever. It's just an aura. Let's just call it purple. So sort of
Lavender.
yeah, let's just call it that. Yeah, so a lavenderish purple aura grasps the handle and pulls the door open the rest of the way. And behind there, you are slightly startled. You, anyways, not you, not so much.
Because I know who she is.
Yeah, you know who she is. That you were,
And
you also are aware of the whole coronation thing. You're not as aware of that, so. Anyway, whatever. You, Caleb, and in fact, both of you, you happen to see Twilight Sparkle standing in the doorway, and she is in fact an alicorn.
Alright.
And this is post season 3, anyways. Have you met all of the elements of harmony?
What should I?
Okay.
Oh, my goal is just to meet all of them.
Okay, I thought you were scratching that off of your direction list. My bad. Anyways. So, she goes, yes, can I help you do?
I'll let my friend explain here. I use air quotation marks.
Massive headaches that I think are magical. Come here for your help.
She raises an eyebrow.
I'm gonna meet you.
Okay then. She taps her chin with a hoof. Okay, come on in, I guess. Can you tell me anything that you know about this condition?
Well, explaining headaches, voices. Now it appears to be a ugly creature of chaos in my head.
I mumble under my breath. Name.
For all you know, I could be talking about you, dickwad.
Oh, suck it. Suck a knob.
Kinda need to find
Who's
a
not?
canine. Kinda need to find a canine for that one.
Yeah, that's a nod.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. I said knob.
Okay, whatever.
Alright, let's move on.
Alright, so
Otherwise, I know that I did set mine off.
okay, moving on. So stepping inside, you see that the individual that she was most likely talking to was a little purple-green dragon not far away cleaning off a small pile of books that's on the ground. Looks as though they were knocked over only a few minutes ago by accident. There's still a bit of dust residue around them, based on his. He looks at me and goes, no, I got it. And, resumes his cleaning job. So I just sort of gives them a happy little smile and then turns back to you. Alright, let's see here. Her horn ignites with magic wands again and proceeds to send little rays, I guess, like scanning beams over your head. Anyways, let's see here. So, after a moment, she sighs and goes, your mental barriers are still up. It's making it very difficult for me to pinpoint any sort of source, but I can tell you this much. There's definitely something wrong. She scratches the back of her head with a hoof for film for length. Okay. Mental barriers are usually at their weakest when one is asleep, so... if you're asleep, I could probably get a better glance at what's going on in your head and figure out what the problem is.
Okay.
I say out to no one in particular, hey, if anyone's going to need me, I'm just going to go see if the spells. Then I continue.
But Miles goes, yeah, help yourself. Just don't take anything.
Of course.
You know, she turns back to you and goes, okay. Would you mind if I cast a sleeping spell on you to get a better look?
Alright.
So her sword activates a moment later, and probably proceeds to... You feel dizzy for a second, and then you just sort of go, float. Oh, it wasn't a hard impact. You can only imagine that the little purple dragon brought you a cushion. Very resourceful. So, indeed. Alright, so with that having happened, let's see here. Okay. Next thing that happens. You wake back up inside that temple once again.
Great!
The fires,
Place again.
yeah, the fires are still there, the black fires, but the stainless steel, not stainless steel, stained glass window appears to be just a black fire now, instead of the black fire being by a yellow fire. And the shadows that were at the door back before are now gone, and you see the door there. You also notice that you're not alone, though the company with you this time is much more pleasant, as it's not that weird creature you spotted before. Twilight Sparkle is also inside your mind with you. Yeah, she'll look.
My mind is powerful.
Okay then, your eyebrows looking creepily there. Anyway, so. Alright, so then. Pat looks around a bit and goes, oh, never seen a mind quite like this.
Yep, my mind is awesome.
She looks around a bit more then. It looks ancient. She shakes her head for a moment and goes, but that doesn't matter. I want to feel the source of the pain. She looks over at you and goes, oh, okay. And then probably just starts scanning around. After several moments, she gives out a frustrated glow. This is so... I know something's here, but I just can't isolate it. You wish to add anything?
Well, we're doing that. I'm going to take a closer look at that window. Window.
No, so approaching the window, you don't really spot anything else except for the black fire on sort of a, let's say, whitish background. So there's not really anything spectacular of it besides that. And Twilight is still doing her scanning thing all over the place.
Okay.
Alright. Anything you wish to add, or?
This is my mind. It's a dream. Let's see. Oh, can you tap the bumper buttons on my DS?
Just both of them?
No, just one. There we go. Awesome.
Alright, now, so.
It's a dream in mind. Light this place up a little bit.
Oh, it's fairly lit, even though the fires are black. Ominous glow.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so. Yeah, so. Eventually, though, Twilight suddenly comes to a halt about where the creature was standing last time you were here. And Tingmina starts rapidly scanning the spot over and over again.
Get up
Well,
there.
she goes, well, I'm not really sure. It feels like there was another presence here. Not a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. They really think out.
She suddenly looks up at you and narrows her eyes. Could you describe that a bit more in detail, please?
Let's see. Gray body, red mane, a unicorn, I think. Big tentacly mouth, yellow glowing eyes, and like ear horns.
Those would be antlers, but yeah.
Oh yeah, antlers.
Well, not okay. She nods and goes, okay, that definitely narrows it down. In fact, there's only one creature I can think of that fits that description. That's just the tentacly mouth part. Its horn was curved, wasn't it?
Hmm?
Was its horn curved?
I think so.
She suddenly gets this look of like, oh shit on her face.
Well, that can be good.
Just, oh dear, this can't be good. She
Tell me,
scans.
what sort of entity do I have raping my brain?
She goes, well, this is gonna sound a little bit silly, and you've probably never heard of these things before, being a griffin and all, and I don't even know why it's targeting you, but you've got a mind nair on your hands.
What now?
Think mind flayer, just a pun.
What now?
D&D mind flayer. They're creatures that can tap into your mind, mess around with it, and turn you into slaves of their will.
Well, that shit, I'm gonna read back the raising my mind thing then.
Yes.
I must have more willpower.
Anyways, so probably was just a ship slang goes, this thing, you don't ever target crystal unicorns and normal unicorns. Anything that happens to have a stronger magical presence than usual. I don't know why it would be targeting a griffin.
Hmm.
Do you have any ideas as to why?
Well, considering griffins haven't been able to use magic in nearly a millennia, not really.
She shudders suddenly. Okay. I may not be, I've never dealt with them before, but I might be able to try and find the link that it has to you and maybe sever it? They have to have some sort of connection or link to the one they're hunting in order to establish the mental attacks. If I can find that link and sever it, you should be good to go. Usually
Is
once
this a physical entity? Is this a physical entity? Is it like physical somewhere?
yes,
Just in my brain.
my nairs do have a physical form somewhere. I might also be able to figure out its physical location if you want me to.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. I like it.
She nods and
Sorry
goes,
about the violence, but
she nods and goes, understandable. Just bear in mind, my nairs are extremely powerful. The only one I know of, the ones I know of who aren't scared of them would be Celestia and Luna themselves. Anyways, I'll keep looking around, see what all I can find as well, and you just try and stay out of my way, alright?
alright.
So, time begins to pass as she's running through your mind, and eventually you somehow drift out of this temple and just fall into sort of like a normal sleeping state as she's working. You can only assume that she did that on purpose to minimize distractions and interference.
Okay.
So, it is evening by the time that Twilight is done scouring your mind.
Bear stamina.
Oh, she didn't.
Enough for you.
Yeah, so eventually you reawaken back into light, right, Jack? What are you doing at this point?
I'm looking at a whole bunch of books. I pull out this one book that I've read one chapter of. I look at no one I say to no one in particular, 50 Shades of Hay. That has nothing to do with hay. What a waste of money.
Okay. Oh God! 50 Shades of Hay.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with hay. God, what a waste of my time. God.
The look on Caleb's face.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Twilight, thou hast disappointed me. You better not know that was there.
Yeah, so she didn't even seem to notice Jack was talking about that as you two re-enter the normal world. Yeah, so she looks around a bit and goes, okay, well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
You ain't doing my memories again.
No, those are for you and you alone.
Good.
Anyways, what I was able to find was I was able to trace back the connection to where the thing is, but I don't really know what the location that is. I know its direction, but not how far. It was able to shield itself from that. Furthermore, I wasn't able to completely sever the connection. It was able to put up a ward that protected itself from my attacks on the link before I could completely sever it, so it's still connected to you, but it shouldn't be able to attack you to the same level anymore. The direction it's in, by the way, is far, far to the east.
Fuck my life.
That in character?
Okay. Fuck my life.
That's in character.
Yes.
She looks startled by the sudden answer and goes, oh, does that mean something to you?
That's the direction of the Griffin Empire.
She nods. Well, yeah. Are you in bad tidings with them or something?
It's just, I would not want to go there first.
She nods. Alright, I won't pry my nose any further. Anyways. Alright, anyways, so with that, the day proceeds to continue. What do you wish to do at this point, you two?
Well, I can imagine my character's kind of hungry, so I'd like to go get something to eat.
Yeah, and I second that notion.
Alright.
I haven't eaten anything yet. So like once.
I'm gonna find a restaurant that caters for both ponies and griffins.
Okay, so.
I love fruit.
Well, whatever the case is, you do eventually find a small little cafe. Nothing spectacular. It's not very far away from the library. Not a very big one, but it gets the job done. You order your food and start munching away. And anyways, Caleb, roll an observation check, please. Have to beat a 10.
No, I was
17!
Okay.
6, 4, 5 observation, 2 mine.
Go. Alright. You hear this with ease. There are a couple of ponies not far away discussing something, and it happens to dawn on you what they're talking about. It's not good for your health. Because what they're discussing is basically this. Well, did you hear about that griffin not far off? You mean the black one? No, there's another one. I don't remember what it's called, but it's going to the town asking for the black one. Something about Hemlock? I don't know, it's just weird. Why are there so many griffins attracted to this place? Why is one looking for the other? Doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe one of them's a criminal? I don't know. The looks on everyone's faces right now, you two.
I would like to ask them a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Does this griffin happen to be alone, or is it traveling with anybody at all?
The two look over and goes, well, I don't know if it's traveling with anybody else, but I do know it is here. I don't know if it's alone, though.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. Why?
Thank you for the information. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Alright, then. I take it, Jack, that you're going to ask a question at this point.
I would like to book my ass down into Twilight and get the hell out of sight.
Okay.
I asked this question. So, when was the last sighting of this griffin?
Which one? The what?
I'm talking about the one that is looking for the black one.
Just a few hours ago, a little way south of here. As near as I remember, that's when I last saw him.
Interesting. I think I shall go.
But now, Caleb?
I was remembering a episode trying to figure out what this is.
It's just a cafe. But
It's
like
south. Is
They
it
were saying
like...
it's south. I was figuring out where Twilight is in south and north, and it's north.
Okay, so since that my friend just booked it all the way to Twilight, I think I should join him. Have a good day.
They nod politely and go back to their meal and shift topics to daisies. And that's what you get before you're away from them. Yeah.
Food! Food, glory.
I remember that song. Alright. Anyway, so. Just take a swig of mint tablets.
I have 1 or 2, 3. Thank you. I
This thing is full this morning.
I don't know. I do that to Tic Tacs. Sometimes I eat an entire box of big pack of Tic Tacs in one day.
No, me myself, I actually really hate flavor mint.
Huh.
Oh well.
Oh.
At the library, hopefully.
Yeah, so. Actually, what are you doing? You're like flying, running, what? Or just walking casually? What are you doing?
Well, I've flown up to a cloud, grappled it, and now using my wings to propel myself slowly.
Okay then.
Hopefully nobody sees me.
Let's see. Well, that's a critical. What's 16 times 2?
What?
I'm not doing damage to you, don't worry.
16 times 2 is 32.
Okay.
32?
You're not taking any damage, don't worry. It's for something else entirely.
Only my fortitude would have been able to survive that.
No, well.
And just barely.
Anyway, so you see.
Okay.
Roll an observation check.
What about?
Okay, cool. Roll an observation check, please.
Can I keep that?
What numbers are they?
5 and 5.
That's a critical. Add up your numbers and then double the result.
Like, all together?
Add up, double the result. So
Okay.
everything put together and then double that. It's an observation check, so.
$44.
Wow, really? Well, that wasn't easy detection.
Wait, what?
You detected this really easily.
Okay.
You needed a 20 and you got it. Alright.
What was 32 for?
Well, that was just an NPC. Anyways. At about this point, you hear the sound of flopping wings underneath you.
Continuing on in my way.
Oh dear.
Oh, of course I'm going to be more cautious now.
Whatever the case,
And I
And
would
just, you know,
like
the
to
s-
bury myself in the cloud.
well, just you know, the sound of the wings is getting closer.
Bury myself in the cloud.
Alright,
Making as little motion as possible. Well, still getting buried.
whatever the case, as you're burying yourself in the cloud, you can just tell something just happened to the cloud as you're burying yourself into it because it starts to feel like it's starting to come apart.
Oh god.
What do you wish to do in response to that? Okay, you'll need this.
Get out of here! If I think this is who it is, I might die.
I'm sorry, I'm making scrolls.
Anyways, I would like to propel myself upwards, flying, so as I do not smack the ground.
I don't know. Whatever the case, as you propel yourself, are you propelling yourself away from the cloud or just forward with
It's like up in general, so I don't hit the ground.
Okay, well. I don't know why you hit the ground when something else is fine for you, but okay.
Well, considering that cloud, I'm on cloud. Wings not flapping, while like they're flying in a sideways motion that comes on forward, and I stop flapping, start to bury myself in the cloud. Cloud comes apart. Gravity.
Your perception's a little off on this one, but okay. As you shoot yourself up, as it happens, you weren't following. Something was just coming towards you rapidly and was starting to break through the cloud.
And well, I've darted upward. So what happens?
Well, as you shoot away from the cloud, you spot another griffin bursting through the cloud after you and chasing after you really rapidly.
Fuck! Fly for my fucking life!
Oh, and just so you know, you do not recognize this particular griffin. You have never seen him before.
This cannot be good.
He looks relatively young, actually.
Fly
Younger
away.
than you.
Fly away,
His face look
fly
angry.
away.
It looks determined. Not necessarily angry, but determined. Okay, that?
Maybe he just wants to have a sport of tea with you, buddy.
Okay there, Caleb?
You know, I'm reading Huck Finn, and it said they just want to go catch something in their lap, though. Like, girls will open their legs and guys will close.
Yeah.
Ow!
Okay then.
You like crushed my most valuable asset.
Your royal jewels.
Okay, so finally Caleb just took a shot to the royal jewels. Rolling damage! No, not really.
Fucking money.
Alright, no,
I
but
don't think it's betrayed me.
okay. So the griffin chases after you for a moment before swerving off to the side. And you can also hear some commotion down below. Jack, you spot this spectacle as you're coming up towards the library, and you see Hemlock flying rather rapidly with a griffin close to tail and pony starting to gather underneath and watching this spectacle.
Oh shit. So basically, I'm assuming Twilight's still in the library, or
Yeah, she's still in the library.
How close
Okay.
are we to the library?
okay, I
How close are we to the library?
You're above it and a little ways off to the side. It takes you about
I burst through the door. I burst through the door.
Okay. Todd jumps in surprise. You burst in. She was engrossed in a book. Looks over and goes, what?
Hemlock, trouble, now go.
She raises an eyebrow and then gallops out the door. Back to you. Alright, so
Dipping for the door! Well, they're like in the general direction, but like actually more towards the wall.
okay. And so let me see here. I don't know what to roll. Anyway, so I was gonna roll something, but this isn't my game. But 1 3. Alright, so alright, anyways, at about this point, the Griffin is starting to catch up. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Now I get it. Alright, so the Griffin is starting to catch up to you as you approach the wall of the library.
And wait,
Do you wish to do anything in response to trying to check him off?
well, actually, that's what I'm planning to do.
Okay.
Before hitting the wall, I'd like to veer to the side and hope he smashes into it.
Alright. Well, let's see here. Oh, flying as fast as you can, you swerve to right or left.
Left of the door, so I'm gonna veer left,
Okay.
away from the door.
Alright. Veering left away from the door, the Griffin immediately smashes into the wall next to you, getting a sizable dent, but recovers quickly and is back in pursuit a moment later.
Oh, it's put me ahead a little bit.
Anyways,
Then cause too much damage.
sure. He doesn't have that one value, so I can't roll anything for that. Anyways, what do you wish to do at this point? Any particular strategy you wish to employ?
Well, I guess I'll turn back towards the library and try and go in.
That would also involve turning back around towards the chaser.
Which you can easily have him snap at you.
Well, I was gonna say like kind of a thing.
So I can circle around?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, go ahead, I guess. Flying along. Anyway, so as you're going, you spot multiple Pegasi starting to take to the air to try and get a better view and see what the hell's going on. Some look like they're indecisive, others look like they want to be out to help. But they all look unsure of what's happening. And so, a moment later, let's see. Jack, what are you doing at this point?
Basically, Twilight just started running out of the library door and is looking for Hemlock.
Yeah, that's up to me. To do your character.
Yeah, well, I'm following Twilight and looking everywhere.
As you step out, as you're stepping out of the library, you of course hear the crash that the other Griffin made, and so it starts galloping up to that side of the library. Anyway, so as you two come to a stop and look up into the air, you spot Hemlock trying to circle on with the Griffin catching up behind him. It's because this Griffin was designed almost specifically with whatever training he has for speed.
I turn to Twilight. Do you have any ideas on what to do? Because I'm stumped.
She goes, "Do you know why he's chasing him?"
I have no idea why he's chasing him, other than he's very determined to get him, I can tell you that.
She nods. Alright, her horn immediately ignites. Caleb, you suddenly come to a screeching halt. But you also notice that your opponent has as well.
Okay. I utter a prayer to God that, well, I assume he's the good guy in this.
And so, You're about to be dragged down to the ground with the other griffins struggling in the magic binds that hold them and having very little luck.
I'm just going to not struggle at all, just in case concentration is broken and I smash to the ground.
So you're both put on the ground, and some magic shackles appear around your ankles to hold you down, both of you. But the aura disappears around the rest of you, so now you're just held to the ground by shackles. Try to meet and assist one of those. Alright, what is going on here? The other griffin snarls before you can reply and goes, I don't answer to you. What do you wish to say?
I have no idea what's going on.
That in character?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. He's chasing me. I'm moving. Oh, just a cloud. Trying to get here.
Titan looks at you from returning back to the other griffin, who is snarling at this point. The griffin proceeds to snap. Oh, really? You didn't do anything, you say? He glares at you for a moment.
I have not done anything wrong here.
Here, maybe. Titan proceeds to snap both of you. Alright, be quiet, both of you. What is going on? One at a time, no bickering.
I'm gonna let him explain what he's doing here. And why he's pissed off at me.
She turns to the other griffin and goes, Alright? Tell us, why were you chasing Hemlock? He sneers slightly and goes, You ask me why? Very well, then I shall tell you, though I have no obligations to do so. He's a traitor to his own people.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
He turns to look at you again and says, As a matter of fact, he tried to assassinate the Emperor. A failed gesture, but regardless.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh god damn it, don't go there.
I won't. It's just-
I haven't seen that much scrolling. Fiction? I think I might have seen it.
Well, whatever the case, so Twilight's eyes wide silence. He turns back to your character. You what?
Politics are a very nasty thing. I don't agree with the Emperor. Well, I'm getting paid. Well, it was. But it failed.
She knows her eyes slightly. And what sort of a ruler is your Emperor?
An asshole.
The other griffin snarls and barks over at you, as if you would think that, wouldn't you? You have no honor, unlike him. He actually holds honor in his heart.
I have honor. I just know I wouldn't stand a chance in a fight against him. How stupid.
He sneers out, coward. Twilight stomps her hoof down again. I said quiet. Only one at a time and no bickering. Now then. Damn it. She sighs. She growls for a moment before glancing back and forth between you two. She then looks back to Hemlock for some moment. Well, he hasn't done anything wrong here, and we are not necessarily in any sort of alliance with the Griffin, so we are not obligated to hand him over.
Yeah, you own the political power here.
The Griffin next to you snarls in anger, but doesn't say anything. Ashwin continues. So, with that being said, you basically just committed assault and attempted murder.
Well, not assault yet. Yeah.
Well, he almost hit you. What would that count as?
Actually, I think it is still assault, just not assault and battery. It's still assault.
Ha! Okay. The Griffin's eyes narrow slightly. You wouldn't. Twilight suddenly gets this little, not really a smile on her face. It looks almost like a
Smirk.
not really even a smirk. It's not even a smile. I'm trying to think what it is perfectly. It looks almost like pained, like she's strained with the decision she's trying to make. She promises to shake her head and goes, I can't worry about this. I don't have the knowledge for this sort of shit. Alright.
Oh!
Sorry.
What do you
No.
know?
Yeah, I was going to say
It's kinda
stuff.
pay.
Yeah, I was going to say stuff, but you know. Good. She looks back to Griffin and goes, well, for one thing, you did commit assault and attempted murder, so you are going to be locked up, at least here, until you can be properly judged. So, for now, you're going into the Ponyville jail system.
He'd be judged in Equestria. Please be judged in Equestria!
The griffin begins to shout something before the shackles around his ankles suddenly expand, and then he's gone in a flash of purple light. Tot looks back to you and goes, "Now, as for you..." She walks up to you and eyes you carefully. "I don't want any funny business while you're here, alright? No attacks on others, nothing. If I even suspect you of anything, I will not hesitate to put you in the same position as him. Got it?"
Got it.
She nods and then
I
releases.
have no reason to remain up here anyways.
She nods. "Very well." And then releases your shackles. Yes?
No, I was doing this. My being released from shackles and think how I hurt his talons.
Okay.
I have any sort of imagination here.
But yeah, so
Improvised imagination.
Tribe then proceeds to tell, "Alright, well, it's quite clear something's after you. Anyways, I'm willing to grant you sanctuary for the night at my library if you need it. It's up to you, though."
That would be wonderful.
She nods. "Alright, but just for tonight."
Not being rearranged.
She nods. "I was just making sure you knew." Alright, so at this point the sun is finally set. She leads you back inside after examining the damage on the side of her building, and arranges for your bed to be the couch on the first floor.
Indeed.
Anyways,
Can I read some of your books while I'm here?
she goes, "Sure, just stay away from some of them. Some books are rather... I don't even know why I have them. They've never when I got here. Like 50 Shades of Hay, for instance. That book,
Get rid of it. That's all I can say. Sell it. Make some money off of it. You know.
I don't even really know why it's considered a more classic. It's not that old.
It is not a classic.
I overhear this conversation. I snicker.
It is smut. That is all I can describe it as.
She goes, "Yeah, pretty much."
There goes my dog. Hold on.
The dog is hearing our conversation regarding the book. Alright. Now then, with that having been said and happened, that night, Caleb, you sleep relatively well. Jack, I assume you're also staying at the library?
Yeah.
And you sleep
And this
good.
time I've also finished the book. Daring Do and the Griffin's Goblet.
Okay. Alright, now then. Anyway, so, when you awaken the following morning, you see Twilight is already up and is at a small little podium scribbling down some notes in her notebook. As for you, Jack, what are you up to?
I was rummaging through some old magazines and such, and then I looked through a bunch, and then I noticed, Playmare is right there.
Oh,
so then I look at it, so it's like, put it in my snatch for later.
Oh, that. Actually, can I give an observation
I'm
over this?
joking.
He's joking, so...
I'm joking. I wasn't literally gonna put it in. I was just like doing a fake notion of putting it in, and then I just like, this is shit.
Observation roll to see.
Nothing.
Okay. Anyways. Alright, so, as you get up off the couch, Twilight smiles and goes, "Alright, morning. I did some more scans on your mind while you were asleep. The mind in there appears to be closer than he was before." She then looks at you for someone else. "Do you think he's by any chance connected to the Griffin attack on you yesterday?"
I don't know, probably.
She nods silently. "Alright, well, whatever the case."
Oh, yeah. Daring Do and the Griffin's Goblet. As far as male Griffins go, that pretty much got spot on for the most part. Yeah, they're douchebags.
She goes, "Oh, really? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I got other that some of them can definitely be kind of rude based on Gilda, but They're all like that?
Hey,
Kill that. One of the nicer ones.
use that guy.
It's my female standards, but nowhere near as bad as a male.
No. Interesting. Alright, anyway, so. Next thing that happens. Think we should call the intermission here? Think we should call that intermission here so we can get Troy up here?
I really don't care.
Alright, well.
Yeah, probably we end it and then yell at Troy once it's over.
Or we can like have this intermission, call him once, and then just because it's been a few hours. I don't know. So let's have an intermission right here.
Alright, we'll be back in just a minute. YouTube having an intermission, seeing if we can get Troy up here. See you in a minute. Hello, YouTube. We are back with more of this stuff. Okay. Intermission over. We could not get Troy up here, sadly. So, yeah.
Or we're gonna have to miss out on the session.
Yeah, he's gonna have to miss out probably. We'll just give him a quick rundown of what happened last time. So, alright. Woo! Let's move on. Alright. Now then, okay. Well, what do you two wish to do at this point then?
So we have. So do you want to know something of someone who can fix this? But unfortunately, it's all the way out near the Griffin Empire.
No, she knows that's where the mine there is.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to find. So we know a general basis, but we're gonna have to find more information about how to find this individual.
Alright. Anyways. Oh,
I want to go meet the market and see if there's any Sonic fruit.
okay, because you haven't eaten in a while.
Let's make it breakfast time.
Yeah, it's breakfast for everyone.
Well, alright. Let me see here.
So let's see if we can get a flesh hunt and see if we can get me a fat fish.
God,
You're a dick. Don't fucking get out. I'll kill you.
Okay. Hey, Barton,
Awkward.
what's that red splotch on your cellar door?
Oh, that's just my period.
don't ever say that again!
That's my period, you dumb bitch. That's my period.
That's horrible.
Anyways, going back to game.
Oh, Dad.
Punch!
Oh, Dad, why is your time
No.
so late? Is Mom on her period again?
Rebooting. Rebooting. No, the fuck am I? Okay.
You're jackasses.
No.
The Jack-o'-lantern has been renamed to the Jackass. Alright, damn it, I'm in. Okay. Okay. Yeah, kids are having trouble with those minutes. Anyways, let's see.
Mysterious white tablet.
Alright. Alright. Well, I'm trying to think if I should put in some filler here. We're going through this a lot faster than I thought we would.
Yeah, Troy's stupid ass ain't here.
That would have cut it. That would have used half the times.
Okay, so. It's, well, you do have the occasional headache, but luckily it's not bad enough to do anything to restore your willpower.
Yeah. Yay.
Alright, well. The headache still comes and goes, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, and there are no whispers accompanying it.
Good. Imagine it's down on mine.
Anyways,
I can probably plug it out of my memories on wait.
anyways.
Suspicions.
Alright. Well then, let me see here. Okay.
I mean, if we want to just put some throw, we can like go to like just walk around Ponyville and then just
Like the market to search for some
food and yeah, I can also look for.
Yeah. Anyways, going to the market, you are able to find your food. You get what you want to eat.
apples.
Apples, yes.
Apples.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, I think. Oh.
Alright, so
Interesting.
So, as you're walking up to as you're walking through the market, are you wearing saddlebags at this point in time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Of course so I always have to have that.
I don't know if this is a result in the episode, but all of a sudden you feel one of your saddlebags getting heavier.
Oh, that.
No.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Seeing
yes.
this, I turn my head in the direction of whatever is pulling on my saddlebag, or at least what I think is some pony pulling on my saddlebag.
Well, you don't
What are you
see. Well, you don't see anybody pulling at a saddlebag. You see a little filly putting stuff into your saddlebag.
What are you doing?
She looks up at you, little yellow thing, red hair. Both have. It's so hard to keep from cracking up right now. She just looks up at you, chip wrap, and goes, "Yeah, I'm angry."
What?
You then notice that there are now apples in your saddlebag. About 9 of them. All of a sudden, you hear a voice shout, "Apple Bloom!" And an orange mare wearing Stetson and yellow mane trots up. Appetite, yes. In fact,
I am suggestive manipulation.
I did that strictly for you, by the way. Yeah, so she trots up and there's Apple for a second. We're looking at me and going, "Sorry about that."
You got my
She sighs and goes, "Hey, Apple Bloom, I don't know what's up with her today. I mean, she already knows that. I mean, I don't know." She shrugs. Ellen looks a bit hurt by the statement, but then also shrugs. At which point the orange mare, who you can identify as Applejack at this point, smiles. "So, are you going to pay for those or give them back?"
Pay for him, I guess. Kind of keep your problems anyways.
She smiles at that point and nods. "Alright, let's see here." She probably just count how many apples are now in your saddlebags and asks you, "Any you would like to leave behind?" It's like, how many do you want, or do you want to just keep all of them?
And I'll keep them all.
So I said you had 9?
Yeah.
Alright, 18 bits. 2 bits an apple.
Why did they get so expensive all of a sudden?
It's 2 bits an apple, man. They're not that expensive.
I remember that episode where you're talking about where Apple put all those apples in Bond's carrots, and all she said, "That'd be 4 bits, ma'am."
Okay, I did not know that.
Well, that's what I remember specifically, how she said 4 bits for like a whole bushel of apples in her container.
Yeah,
So
she was probably just being cheap, but didn't know the actual price.
I didn't put those all in my bag.
Like the story.
Like the story.
4 bits. Alright. So, okay. 18 bits it is. My god.
Just gonna pay with a gem?
Oh yeah, I still have to be shown.
That was fucking beautiful, man.
But yeah.
And you've only got rubies, right?
Does anyone have any scratch paper? Because I think I lost my inventory.
Ha! Yeah, it's in my backpack in one of my notebooks.
And you find out that somebody has saddle picked you, and you now have nothing.
Oh yeah, this pocket. Alright, yeah, it's just one of the notebooks in the very back. Alright, anyway, so after that happy little exchange, alright. So as you're trotting along, Caleb, you suddenly get a pervasive feeling in the back of your head that you can't quite place. You're not quite sure what it is. It feels similar to the headaches you had earlier, but it doesn't hurt, but it's a similar sensation.
Oh yeah, I think I have an idea of one thing that we haven't seen yet. It's very, very friendly.
Well, I imagine myself stabbing this feeling to death.
See, I had like 5 gems, so.
Seeing as how you can't place what the feeling even really is, other than it's there and it's similar to the headache in nature, you can't really do much about it. You know, it's not doing any damage, so.
And now I have 9 of the best apples in Equestria in my inventory.
Nice.
Anyways, they are the best apples.
Or at least it's part of Equestria.
Well, like in the question, that is Applejack's.
Oh, come on. Oh, I just totally forgot I wanted to say something now. Ha! I wanted to say, so, Applejack, who's a silly pony?
What?
No one does. Oh, God damn it. No one gets the reference, damn it. Except you do. Who's a silly pony?
Get out of my head.
Who is you? It's Applejack. That's for the song from Generation 1. And that was her theme.
Face hook! Yeah, it's such a troll. So the pervasive feeling is still in the back of your head. You just can't shake it, and it's getting more intense. It's at this point the whispers start to come back, but no pain accompanies them. And so, anyways.
I'm gonna guess that this when was talking about my past in Griffin Empire.
The mind is near, you mean?
Yeah.
That's up to you to determine, really. Anyways,
No, it's your character.
no, I know. That's up to you for interpretation.
Yeah.
So you want to interpret that. Anyways. At about this point, let's see here. About this point. Okay. About this point, I'm trying to think. What's a good way to introduce this? Okay, roll an observation check, actually.
For
Both of you.
this time we bring me in here.
Yeah!
Well,
Good roll for once.
You got a 6-5, I got a 6-4. And it plus my mind, which would be a 3.
18.
and your observation skill if you have it.
I don't, so let's see.
So it's just plus 2.
Well, I have still on my mind, so.
Alright, so altogether, what did you get, Caleb?
I got 18.
I got a 13.
Jack, you don't really notice it. Caleb, you notice it. As you're proceeding along, you glance down a dark alleyway, and as you glance down, you see movement in it. The nature of the movement eludes you, though, but you do see movement.
Movement. Yes.
Are you going to go into the alleyway? Or just watch it?
I will prefer to go on top of the house into the alleyway. Just gonna look at it and see what it is.
Wait, how about we make attacks? So, like, you go on the house and look down while I individually walk into the alleyway.
Sure, why not? Yours up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop it if you get shanked.
Oh, you're a dick.
You've got a horn. You can shank them with your horn. You got shanked, shank back. Unless you're getting raped. And I'll watch.
Well, I can rape someone with a horn, so.
Okay, enough of that.
I end up breaking you. I'm just gonna watch.
Oh, you're a dick. After all I've done.
Bad causing it. Okay, enough of that. Alright, so, Caleb, landing up atop the house and glancing down into the alleyway, you can't really tell. The darkness there is pretty intense. The shadows cast there are much darker than they should be, you reckon. Anyways, and as for you, Jack, you can't really get very far without somebody else. You can't see shit in here.
I can wait. Willpower. Illuminate my corner,
Okay.
which is just one thing. So I illuminate my corner.
Alright,
So
cool.
that'd be
Don't wanna change shit.
Alright.
Except not the other thing. Except whatever it was. I see you.
So whatever the case is, it does allow you to see inside the alley. It's not so much that the shadows were unnatural, it's just that how dark there was intensified. And looking into the now illuminated alleyway, you spot something before it vanishes. You're not really sure what it was, but whatever it was there for a second, looked at you, and then it vanished in like a proof of like, not a proof, but it just faded out. It was like a just faded out. What you were able to spot, though,
Brings back memories from a lot of times and stuff.
what you did spot, however, were yellow eyes. And of course, you heard the description earlier.
Yeah, the description of that individual.
The mind in there.
Yeah, the mind.
What are you rolling for?
I'm rolling.
Okay. Alright, well, whatever the case. At about this point. About this point. Right. Okay. Let me see.
I'm the point, yeah.
Okay. Well, the next thing that happens, Caleb, you're at top of the house, right? Alright,
I've seen what has gone down now.
and you spotted the thing fade out, and you were able to see a spot of red down there as well. And so, as it fades out, roll an observation check, please.
Well, Buster.
Just him. You can, but yours will have to be higher. What you get?
12 in total.
Okay, you don't hear it right away.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right away.
I might as well do mine, so. 4 and a 5 plus my mind, so. 12.
You don't hear it either. You would need higher than what he needed. Anyway, so what basically happens, Caleb, is all of a sudden the force impacts you on the back of your head incredibly hard.
Mother!
Take 9 fortitude damage.
Oh well.
You're knocked off the side of the house and tumbled downwards and into the alleyway. Alright. Doing the math?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, Jack just deserted. Not really. He had to go.
Thanks, dear Cole.
Not really. He had to go do something.
Oh, can you check the special abilities kind of thing?
Sure.
I
Why
would like to
not?
see what I need to Lionheart.
Why? You can just scroll down.
It says in the Griffin script.
I don't know. There we go. There's Griffins. And then I want past Griffins. There we go. Alright. Griffins are a passionate
No, I
person.
know what it does. I just need to see what my thing is at. 18 damage. Alright.
Okay. Alright, so you crash into the ground in front of Sapphire Knight, who I assume looks startled as hell at the sudden impact.
Yeah.
And Jack, when you look down at Caleb's character, Hemlock, you see that he has like a couple little marks on the back of his head now that are bleeding. Not badly, but they are bleeding.
And I'm gonna be uber pissed.
Anyways, the next thing to happen is, let's see here. Sapphire Knight, what are you gonna do at this point?
Do I roll can I roll an observation check to check out his markings on the back of his head?
Kind of more of a itch for some other scribe thing.
Like, I have analysis, investigation, so those things could be worth something.
And now, investigation might work better, I would think.
Okay. Yeah, which is much higher. Okay, so I use my investigation spell skill to look around and see if there's any clues, which I'm going to roll for that.
Alright.
So what do I have to beat?
Let's say 15.
Okay. 6, and then...
Didn't get it?
No.
Alright, well. But in any case, it's not like you really needed to spend time looking at it anyway. The next thing that happens is another griffin, this one dressed in in a dark outfit, sort of like Caleb recognized it as assassin robes. 2 of them pop down in front of you, and the 2 more block off the exit to the alley. They seem to just almost fade in almost. You're unfamiliar with this particular technique, so you have no idea what they just did. You can only assume some sort of outside source may have cloaked them, though.
I don't remember the stealth force. Well, it was.
And not once were you able to see them do something like this. Just appear out of nowhere. You never saw Griffins able to do that before.
Well, no, it's a trick of the light, actually.
Whatever the case, you just aren't familiar with how they did it this time around. Anyways, so. Alright. They just sort of stand up for a second in battle positions, glaring at you. As though waiting for you to make a mistake. Jack, what do you wish to do?
I yell out, what is the meaning of this? Who are you and what do you want?
Well, that's not here for me.
Well, I already know that, but I'm still checking.
Really don't ask any questions.
Well, whatever the case.
Answer.
None of them answer you, but start to close in, taking slow, cautious steps in your directions.
What is Caleb doing at this moment?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of just staring.
At them.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. Jack, can I see my backpack for a second? I'm gonna pause the recording for just a moment. Sorry about that, YouTube. I forgot to start recording again. We missed, you missed very little. Just to give you a quick rundown, all that happened so far is they stared at each other for a second, and Caleb got another headache.
Great. Well, and I was just about to ask if I could use my observation skill and see if there's any rocks around. Because I was imagining that would count as a finesse weapon.
Well, whatever the case. Anyways, you're not really Caleb focusing at this point. Vision starts to swim and tunnel a little bit through the force of the headache.
I knew it.
And as this happens, the four griffins shoot forward and tackle you. What are you doing, Jack?
Save my house, goddammit.
Yeah, I shoot a magical discharge.
Which spell? Do you have any specific spells you want to use?
Oh yeah,
I gave you that list of 4 spells.
Yeah, I do have them right here. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. I do have this one. Maddening Shriek.
Okay.
This is, I'm going to read this out loud. This spell enchants their own, the air, and
Let me get
an individual,
the individuals in the area.
individuals within range, so that every living thing in range hears an incredible shriek will cause severe disorientation. Spell cast 13. So
And you can take it from either willpower, fortitude, or both by distributing it.
okay.
So like you can do like 6 from one, so 5 from the other, something like that.
Okay, so I'll take like
I'll
just-
just self-walking. I'm already punching my head.
Yeah.
I'll just remove it just for my willpower. So 24 minus 13.
That would be like 11,
Okay, so
I
11.
think.
Okay, so I use Maddening Shriek.
Alright, now the roll. Alright, so you.
My effectiveness,
Yeah, your effectiveness.
which it would be my spellcasting would upgrade this along with my mind.
Yeah,
I don't have a way to help in this, do I?
no, you don't.
Okay. It is at 4 and a 4, so that'd be 8, and then
I quit 4-4.
yeah,
That's a
4.
critical, man.
I got a critical, but I'm just gonna add it up.
Like,
So
don't
Well,
you
I gotta-
roll the entire thing?
Yeah.
I got a
I'm
4-4.
going to give him a critical for this one.
What would
Nine,
it regularly
six,
add up to?
10. It would regularly add up to a 10.
So it's 20.
So yeah.
Alright.
Put it.
Alright, in that case,
Maddening
you got it pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're not affected by this, but you know, you can tell everything else is affected by the shriek. In
Well,
fact,
I mean, I'm already punching my head.
you hear it, but you don't really care at this point.
And then, well, everyone is
Already
mining.
disoriented.
Yeah, the 4 griffins
Well-
become extremely disoriented and start sprawling themselves on the ground, shrieking in agony from the pain of the shrieking.
Caleb,
Drag my ass out of there.
yeah, I grab him with my telekinesis and book the fuck out of there.
As you're exiting the alleyway, which direction do you wish to turn, left or right?
I don't know where I want to go, so
Much.
where should we go? Like, I don't.
Just pick a direction.
Let's just go Any, meeny, miny, mo, any, meeny, miny, mo, right? We're going right.
Okay.
I picked out a random, I really didn't care. So we're heading right.
left.
Okay. Whatever the case. Going right? This direction that is heading. Okay.
Going right.
Alright. Well, as you round the corner, you halt in mid-step as you see the very creature that I described to you standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And about next to it is a somewhat older-looking griffin, maybe in his late 30s.
Well, you have a character sheet.
Yeah, no. And the griffin suddenly smiles venomously as you round the corner. The creature, the mind in question, just sort of looks at you with a blank expression. It's like, yeah, why am I here? This sort of look. Anyways, so the griffin takes a step and goes,
He's 38 to me.
you're off. You wrote down 39 on the sheet. Anyways.
Damn! It's my father!
Yeah.
Hey.
We're all fucked.
Perfect.
Alright. Yeah. He takes a step forward, his smile stretching across his face, and goes, finally found you.
Oh, we're all fucked.
Great.
Alright, so he looks to your character, Jack, and goes, release him to me at once.
Over my dead cold hoofs, motherfucker.
His
That
smile
can be arranged.
I don't give a fuck.
His smile widens and goes, that can actually be very easily arranged.
Kiss my point, asshole.
This is the captain of the Royal Griffin Guard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're fucked, but I'm just buying.
then
I'm
also-
buying us some time, okay?
Also the heir to the throne.
I'm buying us some time, so shut the fuck up.
Anyway, so at which point you notice that he has like there's similar saddlebags on his sides. With really quick speed, he reaches into one of them and pulls out what you recognize as one of those magic crystals that he used in our last
Damn it.
adventure.
Yeah, fuck.
At which point he proceeds to hurl it at you like a spear.
Can I dodge it?
You can try.
Am I still disoriented?
A little bit.
7, and then plus body, which would be a 4. So,
That'll be 11.
11. 11.
No.
Can I help him out?
Damn it!
After this event. Like after this brief moment. So as you try to dodge to the side, you partially succeed in the sense that you are not able to have it hit you directly, but it does dig in a little bit, just like it hits you here and digs and pierces to the other side and then hangs there. So like when you get a pencil stuck in your hand, sort of like that is what happens with the crystal. It jabs itself into your foreleg and gets stuck in it.
Yeah.
And you immediately begin to feel kind of tired as it begins to suck away your energy. You can just tell what it's doing.
Really?
So,
These are used for mana.
yeah. So yeah, lose a willpower point.
Okay, just one.
One.
Okay.
Yay, siphoning abilities!
Yeah, anyways. So as that is happening, you are dropped to the ground, Caleb. And you're no longer nearly as disoriented, right?
No, you said I was just kind of.
So you're able to get back to your feet now. What do you wish to do? Alright.
Actually, can I? The crystals are going to do right.
It's still
Does that
stuck.
count as a finesse weapon?
I suppose.
Okay, I would like to grab it and hurl it back.
Alright.
into this world. Once the siphoning thing is cut off, it is then French and active grenade. So
Yeah. At least, well, when primed, as we discussed, that you need to sort of do almost like a prime thing,
Yeah.
like you would do with an actual grenade. So, like, they can hold, store energy, second you release energy in the form of an explosion, but you can control which one it does.
yeah,
You know,
like
so,
I was doing one inside.
and then you can trigger the explosion
Yeah.
with a full one. And so, you're gonna yank it out and toss it.
Oh yeah, with all my fury.
Jack, take 4 fortitude damage, please.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then let's see what I can do, because this would count as finesse weapons.
Yep.
And they're going to body.
Yep.
Okay. 5 and 4, 9 and
gonna put it right here.
16.
Alright, you pop the crystal, I assume you're priming it for explosion.
Yeah.
Right. It clears most of the distance between you and the mine snare and your father before it suddenly halts in the air, mid-air, encompassed in a yellow aura. And you notice that the same aura is encompassing the mine snare's horn. At which point the crystal suddenly loses its glow, and the mine snare flares up with a similar glow for a second before the glow fades. After when the crystal is tossed uselessly to the side. At which point, let's see here. So yeah, just so you guys know, his name's Shadow Rave, according to the killer. So
Yep.
Shadow Rave looks back up to the mind Nair and goes, "All right, we found him. Now I expect you to hold up your end of the bargain. Show me what you wanted to show me." The mind Nair nods, and for a second you could almost swear it was smirking while his tentacles sort of twitch a bit. After proceeds to say, "Very well. Alright, give me a few dice, please.
All of our dice?
Just 3. I only need 3. 1,
2, 3.
yeah, thank you. Sorry about that English there, you too. Alright, and... yeah, right. Where did that go?
Reroll.
Yep, where did it go?
What? This takes up a lot of memory. Shit.
What file format is it?
I don't know.
If it's API, then yeah. Alright.
Well, I can now record up to a max of 7 minutes and 49 seconds.
Okay.
So that's it.
So 5, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 20. Alright. Take 21 willpower damage.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Oh.
Headache again? Seriously?
Hit worse. In this case, instead of just being a headache, a beam of energy actually shoots out of the mind nearest horn and strikes you in the forehead. How much damage is that? Are you sideline?
Nope.
How close are you?
I've got 9 left.
Alright. Well, as soon as the beam hits your head, you feel a presence starting to push its way into your mind, trying to fish something out of you. You're not really sure what, but you're able to fight it off. However, you're exhausted by the time you're done and can barely keep yourself on your feet. The mind near chuckles slightly. Oh, this is very amusing.
You're a dick.
You're a dick. Shadow Raven glances back up to the mind there. Does I'm not seeing anything of interest here. All I saw is you attack him. Show me what you wanted to show me now, or I will consider you a liar. The mind there shrugs and goes, "He has a very strong mind for such a weak fool." Hey! At which point he'll send another blast your way, another beam of that mind energy, I guess.
Both upwards in flight!
Alright. You go ahead and roll that plus body. I'm going to go ahead and take it need to beat a 15.
Okay, that's 10 versus plus body.
Yep.
And fly.
And you know what? Just to add to the effect, I think I shall perform another spell.
Which one?
Moonsicle.
Cool.
Basically,
Just help me out and I'll feed it.
yeah, I'm basically going to disorient him by shooting this spell.
No, the help out option, adding.
Yeah, I'm going to add that as well, but I'm also going to shoot this spell at him, which will
Wait for your turn first.
Yeah, I'm going to wait after his turn.
But you are helping.
Yeah, I am
So-
helping. So with
That puts me 1 above what I needed to be.
You're at 16?
Yeah, so I successfully dodged the bolts. Yay!
Just barely. It's just right past you and sort of strikes another pony, but doesn't really seem to do anything because it's running away in terror and had no intention for that particular pony.
now is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I yell out, "Eat this, motherfucker!" and I perform Moonsicle. So this I'm going to remove it to my fortitude. So and it.
Remember, you can remove them both at the same time, just you
Yeah.
distribute it.
Wait. Question.
But
The Lionheart, does the damage need to be dealt with my fortitude?
let's find out.
Because if willpower included, I'll be able to use my Lionheart twice.
What's 26 minus 8? Because we can't really do that.
26 minus 8, 25 and 4.
Wait, 26?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 18.
Okay, 18, so 18. And then
or willpower. Yes!
well,
I've successfully taken it enough
Kinda.
damage to use Lionheart's twice now.
I'm kind of low on willpower at the moment, so I'm just going to use it. And now I'm going to roll its effectiveness, so
Alright.
I'm going to add my spell casting and my mind. That is a 2 and a 4, so that'd be 6, and then 7. It's a 12.
Right, you're trying to hit. Is it sharp or blunt?
Wait, I can actually,
You can decide between the two.
let's see, since his, yeah, I'm gonna make it sharp. Or it'll be a sharp moonsicle.
Well, the crescent moon-shaped blade of energy shoots out of your horn, spiraling really rapidly as it spins towards your foes. The Shadow Wave looks startled for a second, but then it just, which one were you going for, Shadow Wave or the Mind Nair?
Let's see, what do you think I should do?
You were saying mine earlier.
I was saying that, but yeah, since he's the one who's mainly after you at this exact point in moment, shooting it at the Mind Nair.
Well, it's not exactly smart to piss off like that.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me just.
Keep in mind, I have a burning hatred for this guy, so it's taking a bit to not kill the shit out of him.
Well, so the Mind Nair starts to try and sidestep it, and only partially succeeds as the blade carves through its shoulder before dispersing what is behind it.
Okay, since
It doesn't really seem to care, though. It just sort of winces and then glares at you.
Okay, so since Caleb is fucking around the sky, I'm just gonna
I was dodging, bitch.
yeah, you're dodging,
And
so
I'm glad too. I would have been sidelined.
Sideline.
okay,
yeah.
so I really don't know what to do next since he's still like if he decided to book it and leave, then I would have had done so, but since he's still here, I'll stick around.
Whatever the case is. Shadow Wave turns to look at the Mind Nair for a second, and then turns to look back at you. And who might you be? He asks.
Just a simple friend that kind of cares for the well-being of a friend, and no,
Trying to sell me and I'll fucking kill you.
like I would even try to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just a friend, and I have his intentions in mind.
Shadow Wave smirks for some before going, so he made some friends then. Interesting. He looks back up to you, Caleb, and the shadow, or not the shadow, damn it, the Mind Nair is blinking back up at you again. And its horn fires off once more, sending another beam in your direction.
Activating Lionheart and dodging again.
Okay.
Lionheart, how much to give it? +2? +2 to my rolls?
Brenda, plus on the bonus.
It's level 5.
Oh, level 5. Got a +2 bonus of skill check for the duration of the current scene. Alright.
Alright. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Help me out here.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. So that was your attempt to dodge it?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
So 15 total, but then I need to beat it.
You successfully dodged this time. Woo! So you managed to steer off to the side, and the blast barely misses you, though you can definitely tell the Mind Nair's aim is getting more accurate. Anyways, at about this point, roll an observation check, you two.
Yeah.
5 and 4.
14.
12.
Alright. Well, it's pretty easy to spot. You see a rainbow streak coming in your direction.
Aren't you a spy?
Okay.
So,
She does not snort. Nor does she make pig noises.
well, whatever the case, at this point, Shadow Wave turns, also sees the rainbow streak coming in, and snorts in irritation. Damn pests. At which point, it proceeds to take off into the air and basically charges it. Alright. Anyways, so what do you wish to do at this point, Jack?
Let's see. I'm just looking at my spells at the moment. I best notify Twilight about this whole debacle.
There it is.
So I yell out to Caleb. I mean,
Keep him busy, pretty much.
yeah, keep him busy while I go get Twilight, since she's basically a fucking princess at the moment, and she's
She's a princess.
yeah, she is a princess. So I'm gonna go get Twilight. I'll be right back.
Why do you become Applejack?
No, I'll just do my dudes because I think.
What the fuck are you doing?
I don't fucking know.
He's a country mayor. From the south, you know, they're not smart, but, well, they're somewhat reliable sometimes.
Well, I mean, my guiding element is honesty. So.
Oh,
What about his loyalty? So, yay, Rainbow Dash!
So, alright, so at this point, just so you guys know, the 4 griffins are starting to wake back up. Now, what was Maddening Shriek's duration against this name?
Let's see. Maddening Shriek's duration was immediate. So its function, standard, effect source, subject matter shadow, target individual. So it just says it was immediate. So it happened immediately. It doesn't really say how long it lasts.
Okay, I'll just say it happens for a brief few seconds and just these things of pain. So the 4 griffins have woken up at this point and are starting to emerge from the alley. They look kind of dizzy. Anyways, so, yes?
What's Pride of the Skies do again?
Part of the skies.
It's an edge.
And it, you can hear me typing here for a second, YouTube.
Alright.
Next. This session may be chosen by only when you activate the Lionheart special ability, you now also gain a reduction to any fortitude willpower damage as you take while it's active, equal to twice the skill bonus the Lionheart special ability grants you. For example, if the
Wait,
special
this is the Pride of the Skies?
For example, if the special ability grants you a plus 2 skill bonus, you gain damage reduction of -6 as well.
Nice.
How much willpower do you have left?
I have 9 willpower left.
Alright, well, now. So, at this point, the Mind Nair is going to sort of glare at you. It's temporarily going to twitch slightly, and it's going to say, hold still. And another beam's going to shoot out at you.
Going for another dodge! And Pride of the Skies while I'm at it.
Alright. I don't even know why I rolled. I didn't need to.
Alright, so I got 15.
Altogether?
Yeah.
Not enough.
And then Pride of the Skies would have reduced damage, I think. So.
Well, as I said, it's not enough to evade the attack, so.
Mhm.
At this time around, you needed a 20 to evade the attack.
Oh.
The Mind Nair is getting more
I
active.
said it was enough.
I said
Okay.
not enough. You misheard me. Alright,
Okay. Pride of the Skies.
I guess. Just subtract 4 from the falling damage amount, I guess. Ten minus 4, so that's 8.
That's 6.
Oh, 6, my bad.
So that's willpower damage?
Yeah.
Puts me at 3.
Okay. The beam hits you not in the head this time, but more like along the shoulder, and you feel the presence once again trying to invade your mind. But since it wasn't directly in your head, you were able to force it out much easier this time. But you're still left exhausted by the little debate.
Alright, so
Now back over to Jack.
yeah, so what's happening?
You see Twilight's library coming into view, and in fact, she is outside discussing something with a pink pony.
Great. Okay. I yell out, Twilight, we have a huge situation. Rainbow Dash is already there, kicking some flank and taking names. I need your help immediately, or we're all going to fucking die!
Twilight looks at you for a second and goes, lead the way. And the pink pony goes, oh, what?
Oh,
Bring thou hardy cannon!
I cringe.
Load it with nails.
I cringe due to her high-pitched voice. It's like, yes, let's go. I immediately gallop to where he was, and yeah,
That
that's
needs to be a good roll. I'm making my next roll off this. You're a piece of shit.
Let's see. So what basically happens at this point is while you're running along, Jack, all of a sudden Fly decides to shoot by and pick you up
oh
and flies along at a
okay.
much faster speed than you can gallop. Though you can already tell she's nothing compared to like Rainbow Dash from what you heard.
And Pinkie Pie, I'm assuming she's just traveling just all around the place.
Dude, Pinkie Pie can keep up with Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, I know. Like in the
Which
party,
is horrifying.
in the party of one episode, yes.
That is horrifying.
It is horrifying. Anyway, so alright.
See Speedy Gonzalez.
And so back to Caleb. So at about this point, you're getting. Well, you can still manage. Whatever shaking the table, please stop. Thank you, because we're gonna have a humongous audio glitch there, and I do apologize for that on YouTube.
Sorry.
On Caleb. All right. Hey, hey, you were the one who said sorry, so it's by default it's your fault.
Don't blame me. It's like it's
Too late. Now they're moving on. All right.
Stab you, boy.
Now moving on along. Let's see here. Okay. Next thing that happens. Let me see here. It is at about this point in time that well, roll an observation check, please. How much is it altogether? It's about 10. You got it.
13.
You got it. Alright, you're able to spot it just before you bump into it, and you stop yourself from colliding with the wall next to you. Anyway, so, at about this point, you glance up and you see the rainbow streak dancing around and seeming to like be bouncing against the shadow, the silhouette up in the sky. And then all of a sudden, you see the rainbow streak suddenly fade, and another silhouette plummeting towards the ground, really rapidly, but not as though we're purposely flying, like falling. Yeah, not good.
Am I able to determine what it is? Is it the Griffin or is it Rainbow Dash?
It's Rainbow Dash.
Catch!
You can try and catch her.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Imagine I have to roll for this.
Yeah, just roll plus your body, I guess.
And my flying.
Yeah.
There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All together?
Yeah.
That's not quite enough. You're 4 short.
No!
Alright, well, flying forth, you're not quite fast enough, and Rainbow Dash crashes into a house underneath you, just to hit where she was a moment ago.
I'm sorry, but she's dead.
Probably not.
I'm joking.
Probably! Anyways, it's at about this point that you hear sort of like a noise, and looking up, you see that the mine snare is teleported onto the roof in front of you. Yeah. And then
Involved, I need a knife.
at this point, Shadow Rip lands next to it. He looks like he's got a few little bruises on him and a cut along one of his cheeks. But aside from that, he looks fine. He looks down into the hole in the roof and goes, "Oh, that's one less problem to deal with." Anyway, so at this point, Jack, while you were flying in that direction, Twilight happened to spot the Rainbow Dash falling and also flew in that direction. And just as the Minear says that, she also bursts onto the scene
Okay.
and coming to a screeching halt.
Okay, well, does she still have me in her grip?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this point, she promptly says, "Rainbow!" and then glares up at Shadow Raven, the Mind Nair, excuse me.
Twilight, you deal with this asshole. I'll see how Rainbow's doing.
She nods and sets you down and then lands next to you, glaring at the Mind Nair. And I'm sorry, Caleb says it's priceless there.
Boy, it's not my fault that Rainbow Dash is going to become my waifu.
Anyway.
LOL.
It didn't happen.
Alright. So,
Be able to keep up with her even if you tried.
with all that said and done, Twilight glances back up at the individuals in question.
Yeah. I imagine she has a much more high mind than my character does.
Oh, yeah. So, for her horn promptly proceeds to flare up, and Shadowwave just sort of looks like, oh, that's a big aura. But the only words that come out of his mouth are, oh. And the Mind Nair turns to face her before sending a beam in her direction. Now, though it doesn't look like the same beam he was using on you, it's just a pure beam of magic energy, like an offensive attack. So, Twilight fires off her own attack, and they collide, start struggling with each other, so like what Celestial and Chrysalis did. Do you wish to intervene in any way? Well, while Kev was thinking about it, let's hop over to Jack.
Okay,
So,
so
hopping down into building, see how Ringo's doing.
yeah, and I want to do an analysis on her body and her injury. So,
Analysis is from like emotional state and mental state.
well, I'm still gonna like see for her injuries and such.
Right. Well, upon landing, you can tell she's conscious and she's in a lot of pain. You don't need to roll for that.
Okay, so
She's trying to restrain from screaming, and you can tell from the way her wing is bent that it's broken from the impact.
great. I do know that I can use a healing spell.
Alright.
Alright, and I know, like, I believe, how much do you think that will cost to my willpower or fortitude?
Well,
For-
spell invention time.
Yeah, we're gonna invent the healing spell.
Alright. Let me look at my chart. Okay.
It probably exists in the spellbook, but we're just gonna make one up now.
Yeah, alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that you're just going to use the basic 4, which is individual, contact, immediate, standard effects, right?
Yeah.
Which means it's an individual target, the range is contact, you have to be touching it. It's an immediate effect, it's standard function. And the effect will probably be, let's see here.
So this is what I mean when you just use the thing.
Now let's say modify, and then let's say body. So
Yeah.
altogether that'll be about a 6.
Okay,
A 6
so
spell cost.
18 minus 6. My math is terrible, so
18 minus 6.
I'm
6, that's 12.
okay. So I have 12
How
fortitude.
much?
12 fortitude.
And I'm still in algebra.
Yeah, I'm terrible at math. I'm sorry. I always need a calculator or something.
Huh, funny. I'm the one handing calculators to guys all day.
Thank you. And I shall
Just make sure I get that back.
Yeah. Okay. So, and do I need to roll for an effectiveness or?
Yes.
Okay. So this is gonna go with my mind along with spell casting.
Alright.
It is a 8 and then 14.
Alright. I'll say that's enough.
Yeah.
So with that cast,
Oh, did Pride of Disguise cost Virtue? Or is it a constant effect?
part of this guy's, I don't think it costs virtue.
Alright.
Yeah, so whatever the case, I see her.
That means it. I think I may know what to do.
Anyway, so let's see here. At this point, Jack proceeds to cast a spell. And you're able to mostly mentally, but you can tell that it's severely strained still, and she probably won't be able to fly with it for at least a couple days, at least not without causing herself severe pain. Yeah, so Rainbow proceeds to sit head up and looks over and goes, thanks, whoever you are.
My name is Sapphire Knight. Thank you. And if it is any possible, do you think you can help with the battle of the head at the moment? Because yeah, it's not going so well.
She's injured.
Okay, never mind. Just forget that. I think you should just rest up while I'll deal with the situation up at hand.
No, alright, I don't think I can fly on this, even in this current condition anyway.
Yeah. All right. So with that said,
Gonna try and climb back up.
I'm gonna climb back up onto the roof.
Cutting back to Caleb, what do you have in mind?
Bits and Bob pull up Tom and smash
Tom.
and smash the Miner
Mind Nair.
Miner in the head with it.
Well, sadly, you do not have access to Tom.
Bits and Bobs!
He kind of needs to be a tool. Tom is a fucking rock.
Rocks can be jewels.
Not
that big.
It is a boulder, darling, not a rock.
It's a boulder. Boulders do not count unless being operated by machinery. You do not have access to machinery.
I have a machinery skill too.
Operating the ship.
Alright, guys, fuck. Alright, I suppose a hammer would do that.
Sure. Okay. You got access to a hammer.
Small hammer.
Small hammer.
Not to the catch this.
Okay.
Hopefully. Yay! Yeah. Hucking the hammer.
Tossing it.
As in,
Okay.
all the rage embedded in my body. 14.
14?
Work.
You would need a 15 to win this one.
Jet, help me out.
You can't, he's not present. He's down below.
I'm still climbing.
Can I activate Lion's Heart? I still have another go at it. And the scene's not over. Will this boost it by another 2?
Yeah, let's go ahead and say that.
Woot! Awesome!
Okay, so you huck the hammer at the mind in air.
Yes.
It flies forward and strikes the mind in air in the shoulder, and you hear a sickening crunching sound.
Yes!
The mind in air stumbles for a second, then collapses to its knees.
Hence, his beam be gone, and Twilight Beam go through.
Yep. The beam shoots through and strikes it in the horn, obviously, where it connects. And the mind in air is pushed backwards and falls down between the buildings. At which point, Shadow Ray decides to take action at this point and flies up towards Twilight really quickly. Yeah. So there, before Twilight really has much of a chance to react, Shadow Ray is already at her and basically slices her across the face with his
Wait. Is there a possibility I could use true friend? Wait, no.
That's if something happened to me.
So he basically strikes Twilight across the face with his talons, and she flails backwards, clutching at her face, and falls off the building, screaming in pain.
intervention! Divine intervention!
Yeah, so. Alright, so. Jack, you're back on the roof now, I'm just gonna say. Just intend to watch that one happen.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what's my options. Let's see. So let's see. So was it who was the one that attacked Twilight?
That was Shadow Ray. The mind in the air is coming between buildings with a broken shoulder.
Okay. So. Okay. Let's see.
Also, is there any way that we could retrieve that hammer?
If you can find it
Yeah, we'll attempt to. That's my turn.
later. Right now you're a bit preoccupied, I would think.
Let me just. Come on.
It also depends on whether or not any of you are still alive by the time this is all over.
Alright.
These guys have health bars.
No.
I am going to cast a spell. Move.
This is the path for the bad ending, isn't it?
One of them.
Oh great. I'm gonna use Moonsickle at Shadow Ray.
Alright.
And I already.
Alright, so go and roll for your effectiveness then.
It is a 7, and then plus mind and spellcasting.
That does help out.
So that'd be 14.
Alright. And he's helping us, so that's like 15.
And yeah, 15.
Congratulations, you have just enough.
Yeah, so
So basically what you do, Caleb, is basically fly up in front of a Shadow Ray, distract him for a second, just in time for Jack's attack to come up, and is it sharp or not?
Sharp, of course.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say it basically slices up into here. Doesn't take the limb off, it slices up basically into his armpit, and it slices across his cheek and nose, like a cheek and beak, before flying off and dispersing into the air.
Oh, fuck. Night-night. Help.
I'll get her.
Alright.
You usually need some sort of bartering.
I'm getting some audio glitches here, but whatever. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause recording here for a second, so yeah. Okay, we are back. Jack has been determined by Caleb that he is a horrible person for forgetting his dog without in a horrible rainstorm.
He's fine now.
I wonder how many comments we got on that.
Please comment on that. Yay!
Oh my god, Jack's such a horrible person. He needs to go to freaking jail.
Well, in other case, yeah, my teeth started from all the flak. Okay.
Oh, that was fine. Ow.
Okay, let's look.
Alright, so let me see here. That's two ways.
Too many dogs.
Alright, at this point, so Shadow proceeds to scream out in agony as the moonsicle slices through it here, through here. Basically takes the top of his beak off, or part of the top of his beak, like chips a slice of his beak away. Yay! And then proceeds to scream out in agony and flails backwards a bit, clutching at his now bleeding armpit. Anyway, so at this point, the 4 griffins who are down on the street level have fully recovered, and having hearing that, fly up to intercept you two.
And everyone else is just watching this.
They're running away, man. They don't want to get involved in this.
Where's Snowflake?
I
You
don't
could break someone's spine.
Well, in other case, let me see now. So,
Lives in town.
anyway, so. Alright, anyways, so. Let me see here. Anyways. Alright. So, 2 of them fly for you, Jack, and 2 of them fly for you, Caleb.
Great. Okay.
Who should go first?
But still, this magical discharges, like, isn't that just like random, like, zap of magic energy? Does that really, how much willpower, how much spell power does that cost?
I'd say it would cost like 1.
Yeah,
Would be like spell cost.
and what? Oh,
Just because I'm feeling so nice, I'll let you use that for your next roll. Alright. Alright, so you're just going to use magic discharge roll?
yeah, magic discharge for each one of them.
So
So
that'd be
I'm gonna go like,
Alright.
so that'd be 2, and I'll use that in my willpower, so that would be about 8.
Okay.
And I aim for their heads.
Alright. So the discharge flies forward. And I'm just gonna not have you roll for those. I'm just say that they hit, because just to be nice. So the blasts strike their targets. They're very weak, but are able to stun the griffins while instead of them spiraling off course. Anyways, no,
I'm not gonna bring her out the side. That's fucking terrible.
Dolphins here. Shake, shake, shake. Damn it!
what audio glitches, right? I do apologize for those, by the way.
Is that your, is that the microphone USB drive thing?
No, it's this thing. I wasn't able to get the new flash drive. Which I do apologize for, you are going to have to put up with shitty quality still.
Sorry.
Can't really do much. So, I have that like a dog right here.
Hello.
Get. Fucking damn it. No.
She's not allowed in the house.
I guess.
Going for the throat. Well, you're gonna
I got an
Alright. Well, I'm going to pause the recording again.
Sorry.
Alright, sorry about that. You do have more issues with the dog. Alright, moving on. Okay. Now then, at this point, what were we doing again? I know we were in the
We blasted his griffin, saying them off direction, and I am going to go for one of my griffin's jumpers.
Okay. Which one, left or right?
Left.
Okay.
And then with my left hand.
Alright.
So I figured out. Hopefully you come into some luck.
Alright, go ahead and roll it then. 6 plus whatever, plus finesse weapons, I guess.
I touched you said I could use this because you were being nuts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She just can tell from looking at us that she wants to know what's going on.
Okay.
20.
Nice! Very nice, cool. That's more than enough. So basically, you swipe out with your talons and basically dig out the other griffin's jugular.
Yes!
Very bloody scene.
Near instantaneous death. I love it.
Okay. So the griffin proceeds to spiral away, gurgling a bit and then dying as it crashes into the ground. The other griffin looks demoralized for a second, but then hardens and floats there, facing off with you for a second. Anyways, roll an observation check, please, Caleb.
Alright. 20.
Alright. Oh, then.
Go observation and Lionheart.
Well, in this case, you look down just in time to see another beam from the mine near, apparently having regained its composure, flying up at you, and are barely able to dodge in time. Alright. Anyway, so, yeah, so, alright, so at this point, what basically happens next, you suddenly hear an enraged female shout from down below, and a purple beam of energy, several actually, fly up from the alley in which Twilight fell into, and strike the two griffins that are attacking you.
Okay, cool.
Basically pinning them down to the ground and with intense pressure.
Go out corn magic.
Anyway, so at this point, the mind near probably proceeds to teleport back onto the roof, and he actually looks like he's getting tired a little bit.
Good.
So it looks back up at you, and let's see here. His horn ignites, but you don't see any beams flying towards you. But instead, what happens is, I'm just following the page out of Jack's book here. You hear an immeasurably loud shriek piercing your ears. Though it's much different from what Jack's is. Jack's is more trained, much more orderly. This is just pure hectic, evil sounding. So, roll resistance, please. Just roll plus your mind, I guess. Alright. Oh,
15 to the Lionheart.
okay. Alright, that's enough. You're able to successfully resist any damage dealt to you.
And the Pride of the Skies, that goes into Lionheart, and resistance is the amount of resistance for damage is double the.
Yeah, well, you successfully resist you resisted every single point of damage anyway, so. You do nothing! Yeah, except you hurt like a son of a bitch, but it's not enough to really affect you.
So a small headache.
Small headache. Well, severe headache, but not enough to be detrimental. Anyways, let's see here. Next up. The next thing that happens, think for a second. So, at this point, Twilight Sparkle shoots out of the alley she was in, and her entire body seems to be aglow with magic at this point. She looks pissed. In fact, her eyes are just white orbs at this point, glowing. Anyway, so she glares down at the mind nair, who in question glares over to you, Caleb.
What do I do?
Well, you did kind of break its shoulder with a hammer. Anyway, so Twilight promptly proceeds to shoot another beam of magic at it, and here things get complicated. The beam of magic is flying towards the mind nair, right? Now, at this point, what happens is a shadow Rave, who wasn't knocked out by it, just immobilized. He still has access to one of his claws, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, he still has access to one of his arms, one of his limbs.
Yeah.
So what he does is he basically yanks out another one of those magic absorption crystals, and basically sucks it like a spear at Twilight this time.
Hey, question. Have I gained any virtue for doing anything?
I think what all we've done so far.
Knocked up my allies. I attempted to catch Rainbow Dash.
Okay, then yeah, give yourself about 2 virtue points for those. Yeah, so, now at this point,
Right.
now
Yeah.
please note, this crystal that, go ahead.
With the crystal flying, true friend I can use to block attack.
Okay, but that's on a actual friend. You're not really friends with Clyde so far. You just happen to know her a little bit because you've encountered her a couple times. Well, she's more suspicious of you because of what the other different stuff that you know.
Don't shit in your soup. Don't crap in your cornflakes.
Well, anyway, so, but just to know, this crystal in question is a glow, which means it is not absorption based.
It is.
It's full.
Very much.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this if I had used true friend to intercept it.
Well, you don't know Todd quite enough to be able to do that once, though. You don't quite know Todd well enough to be able to use that one.
I do. No, I haven't used it yet. But I do have it. So, you never said anything about restrictions on this.
Okay, well, whatever the case then.
Can I use the intercept?
Very well, you can use it to intercept the attack.
Yes. Alright. Friend, how much virtue is this going to cost me?
Sit.
Give me a second. Alright, so let's see. So this particular ability costs virtue to use?
Well, I don't know. It's true friend. I imagine it costs virtue to use.
Let me look it up.
Or have virtue. Take 114.
When a friend would take damage, they take the hit in their place, or deal half the damage your friend would have taken, rounded down, your friend takes another charge. So let's go ahead and see how much damage Twilight would have taken then, in this case. Jack, could you go ahead and hand me 2 dice, please?
Then neg 8 from that because the pride disguise mine right there.
And Kel, could you hand me 1, please? 1 dice. Thank you. That's going to cause a lot of glitches. Sorry about all the audio glitches, YouTube. Just got a dog here. So 5, 4, that's 9, let's do 11, 16, 18. So 20 minus how much?
So she would have taken 20?
Yeah.
So 12 by 2, that's 10. Minus 8. 2.
Go.
So I take minus 2 fortitude, right?
So that's minus 2 to your fortitude, yes.
Haha! I took a grenade to the face and took 2 damage. That is wonderful.
So yeah, you basically swat it to the side of it, and it still explodes, but it still scorches your shoulder a bit. Whatever the case, though.
Does this take virtue, though?
No. In fact, I'm going to give you a virtue point for standing up for Twilight like that.
Yeah! 3 virtue.
Anyways, what happens next? What happens next is... What? Out.
Damn it!
He's out of his mystery white tablets. Or mints, as they're called here in America.
Love America. Go away, America.
Okay. Moving on. Alright. So at this point, the Mind Nair, seeing as how it has been sitting there watching this whole spectacle, it is going to shoot 1 last attack at you.
1 last attack.
Sure.
Okay.
Now this
That's upwards.
Alright. Make sure you remember every single bonus you have. You're gonna need it.
Oh god. What do I have to beat?
I'll tell you later.
Fuck.
Stop attacking my backpack.
Hey, is Jack able to help me on this one?
Let's say sure.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'll put for a total of 18.
Okay. Just let him say. Or, excuse me. Sadly, that's not quite enough.
No!
Yeah, you would have, in fact, needed a 20.
Fudge!
Alright.
And if I had just gotten 2 more, one of my guys would have been critical. It wouldn't have needed Jack's help at all.
Well, whatever the case is,
How much damage do I take?
let's find out. Okay. Give me one, please. That'll be 21.
To what?
Willpower.
It is nowhere near enough reduction.
Okay. So your sideline?
Yeah.
Alright.
I will use virtue to bring myself.
Well, in this case, then we get story trumps rules in this game. And this is actually sort of the plot point here.
Great.
Just hold on.
One last bullet. Literally, one last bullet.
Well, here's what happens. The bolt strikes you in the head, and for a second you black out as soon as it hits you after an immense second of agony. And then you wake back up in that temple. And looking up at the stained glass window, you see that the black fire is completely gone, replaced by a yellow one.
Oh, hell no. I will not have people messing with my key mine.
Jack. At this point, you know, Caleb's character got struck hard by one of the magic blasts to the head, and probably seems to fall out of the sky and land on the ground. At that point, everything sort of falls still as every pony and everyone looks to the fallen Hemlock. At which point, Hemlock begins to get up, except his movements aren't the same as what you would expect from him. They're twitchy, frantic looking, almost animalistic. Anyways, when he finally gets back to his feet and he looks up, his eyes just look different.
Does he have all the lion heart and all those bonuses?
He does not.
Oh, thank God.
Anyways,
Well, not that. Honing in on my bonuses.
So-
Piece of shit on other than the
anyway, so it just sort of looks around for a second and a savage snarl escapes its mouth. Anyways, at this point, the mind in here teleports back down to the street level after grabbing a shadow rave and looks at Hemlock just sort of looking around on the street, looking, for one thing, confused and angry and terrified all at the same time. And probably proceeds to say, "This is what I wanted to show you."
Twilight, walk me on the ground, please!
And so Hemlock proceeds to then look back at the two, and at this point, given your angle, Jack, you see that his eyes have slight yellowish trails coming out of them. Anyway, so back to the inside of Jake, or not Jacob. Damn it! Sorry, Caleb's fine. Back inside Caleb's character's mind. Caleb, you by chance you look over back to the shutters that would be at the door, and as you look, you see that there is in fact what looks almost like a screen there, like it's almost like a second pair of eyes that you're looking through. They're sort of like they're basically yours, but you have no control over what's on the other side of them, right? And looking through, what you see is you basically see and feel from it very feral instincts, just pulsing through the whole mindset. Yep. So at this point, back outside, Shadow Rage promptly proceeds to say, "So what? You turned him into a feral monster?" The mind in there chuckles and says, "No. What I'm saying is that this is the true spirit of the body here, not what you came to know as Hemlock. That is the true spirit that resides within this body. The one you know as Hemlock is an intruder." At which point,
No, no, no!
No, God.
You... Oh, no!
This is terrible.
Oh, God. Is this anything like my Asura?
not exactly no.
Okay.
But it's still just as pissy and wants to kill everything.
Not exactly.
It's still pissing me off.
It's the original spirit that was within this body before you intercepted it.
Well.
Okay.
So then, at this point, Shadow glances back and to the now growling and roaring Hemlock before saying, "So what? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that the one I came to know as my traitor of a son isn't actually the inhabitant of that body?" At which point, the mind there probably proceeds to nod. Then, come here for a second, Caleb. Got pause recording for a second. Alright, I managed to get that confirmed. At which point, at this point, the mind there looks back up to Hemlock and says, after scouring through his memories, I can safely say this individual's name is Soren Zorus.
Wait, so he had access to my locked memories when I didn't even have access to them?
Subconscious stuff, mind there's great at that.
Piss off!
Alright, and I have yet to plan further than that, so we're gonna have to call a to be continued there.
Aww.
So I'm gonna guess that's one of the bad endings, right?
Let me see. Let me check the chart here. Yeah, you just got the worst ending you could get.
Aww.
With my...
Your mind's now subdued and trapped inside the body with no way of communicating any emotion to the outside, and the feral mind, the original inhabitant of the body, now taking precedence over yours.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm now trapped within the body of an enraged murderer.
Not necessarily murder. It's just base feral instinct, an animal at heart, really.
Yeah, that's all a griffin is until they're trained.
Yeah. And this one received no training, so this is basically just a wild animal with extreme, with basically the muscle memory you have. Muscle memory, yeah.
Does it have access to the muscle memory I didn't have? Oh, okay. Does it have
Muscle
my
memory is
soul's muscle memory or the body?
the body muscle memory.
Okay, thank God.
Why?
Because if it was soul, then we would all be screwed.
Well, whatever the case. So now that that is the end of the episode, it is pretty much time to ask, what did your characters learn, if anything?
I don't know anything at all.
You were right all along.
I don't
Actually, no,
know.
I was right all along. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Shit.
Just now, you were really close to getting a better ending than that. If you'd succeeded that last roll I gave you, you would have gotten a better ending.
Fuck.
I blame this on Troy.
Who is not even here!
Yeah, he would have been able to help.
Alright, I need 3 dice, please. Just the 3 ones I gave you, folks.
This is the only dice. My other dice is down on the floor.
Alright.
I don't know. It's on the floor, I know that.
I only need 7, so, and I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got all 7 of them. Anyway, so at this point, go ahead, fetch up some sheets of paper, I guess, from a notebook or something. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, and we'll work out the lessons we learned, how much experience you got off camera. So with all that said, YouTube, I do hope you enjoyed this session. Shit just royally hit the fan for these guys. We will see you next time. We are finished really fucking early. It's only 4:45. Alright, well, whatever the case is, we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Cue credits.